starters are loosening up. The grounds crew is putting the finishing touches on the field. And the anthem singer is warming up. It's time for the on-deck circle. Now, with a preview of today's game, here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And a very pleasant good evening on a beautiful night here in the Pacific Northwest in Tacoma, Washington at Cheney Stadium. It's the Salt Lake Bees and the Tacoma Rainiers opening up a 4-game series. Steve Klauke with you as the Bees enjoyed an off day yesterday following a series in which they took 3 out of 4 from the Portland Beavers, including Tuesday's game, 11-8. As in that game, Tommy Murphy, Bees center fielder, drove in a career-high 7 runs, 3 of them coming in the 6th inning to put Salt Lake out in front. The pitch to Murphy. Swung on and driven to deep left field. Just going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for Tommy Murphy. And now the Bees lead it by a score of 9-5. Bees again would go on to win it by a score of 11-8, take 3 out of 4 and move into first place, or I should say retain first place in the Pacific North Division. 1/2 game ahead of the Tacoma Rainiers. They were involved in a ball game in which they led going into the 9th inning against Fresno 3-2. The Grizzlies scored twice in the top half of the 9th inning to go up 4-3, only to have the Rainiers score 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win it by a score of 5-4. So the Bees at 12-7, leading the Pacific North, 1/2 game ahead of the second place Rainiers at 11-7, shades of a year ago when Tacoma nosed out Salt Lake for the divisional crown by just 1 game. Portland currently resides in third, 3 games back, and Colorado Springs, losers of 4 in a row, bring up the rear with a record of 6-14. The pitching matchup for tonight's game for the Bees, it'll be right-hander Francisco Cruchetta. I should say Francisco Cruchetta for Tacoma at 1-0. And for the Bees, it'll be left-hander Joe Saunders. His record is 1-1. Time now to give you the starting lineups for this evening's game. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Bees, managed by Brian Harper, leading off the shortstop Eric Ibar. Batting second, the center fielder Tommy Murphy. Hitting third, the right fielder Nick Gorneau. Batting cleanup, the third baseman Dallas McPherson. Hitting fifth and catching Mike Napoli. Batting sixth, the first baseman Kendry Morales. Hitting seventh and playing second base Brian Speck. Batting eighth, the left fielder Curtis Pride. Hitting ninth, the designated hitter Adam Pavkovich. And pitching for the Bees will be left-hander Joe Saunders. For the homestanding Tacoma Rainiers, leading off the right fielder Shin-Soo Choo. Batting second, the designated hitter T.J. Bond. Hitting third, the first baseman Greg Dobbs. Batting cleanup, the left fielder Mike Morse. Hitting fifth, the center fielder Adam Jones. Batting sixth, the third baseman Hunter Brown. Batting seventh and playing shortstop as Drubal Cabrera. Hitting eighth and catching Rob Johnson. And batting ninth, the second baseman Scott Youngbauer. Pitching for the Rainiers will be right-hander Francisco Cruchetta. The starting lineups brought to you by Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game between the Bees and the Rainiers. After this timeout, you've been in the on-deck circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at today's game. The first pitch is right around the corner, so stay tuned. Salt Lake Bees baseball is coming up next on your home for the Salt Lake Bees, ESPN 1230 AM.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where should you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs. Or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
The starting pitchers are ready. The lineups have been exchanged. And the hot dogs are ready to go. It's time to play ball. Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air. Now let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
And once again, a picture postcard perfect night here in Tacoma. The Bees taking on the Rainiers in Game 1 of a 4-game series. The sun shining brightly as it sets to our west. Mount Rainier clear as a bell towards the right field corner as we get ready for baseball on a beautiful night here in the Pacific Northwest. And again, a pretty good matchup again. The Bees and the Rainiers battling for the top spot in the Pacific North. Last year, matter of fact, the last 2 years, the edge has gone to Tacoma. They've won 21 of the last 32 meetings between these two teams, and they have won 15 of the last 20 games played between these two teams here at Cheney Stadium. With this late surge the last couple of years, Tacoma now has the all-time series lead since the Salt Lake franchise came to be in 1994. They lead the all-time series 82 wins to 77. So again, the Bees and Tacoma separated by just 1/2 game here in the Pacific North, and it'll be left-hander Joe Saunders trying to get back on track going for the Bees, although he did pitch well in his last outing, giving up just 2 runs in 7 innings, but was not involved in the decision. Just a reminder that tomorrow is another edition of Bees Clubhouse over on 1320 KFAN beginning at 3 o'clock. Hitting coach Jim Efford will join us in the first segment. We'll also have during the show a conversation with Bees outfielder Tommy Murphy, who had that 7 RBI game in Portland on Tuesday. And we'll also have a conversation that I recorded yesterday at Safeco Field in Seattle with former Salt Lake Buzz catcher A.J. Pierzynski, now a member of the world champion Chicago White Sox. Also down the road, we'll have a couple of interviews that we taped yesterday as well with former Buzz outfielder Matt Lawton, who's currently with the Mariners since he left Salt Lake in 1996. He's been in the big leagues ever since. And we also had a chance to talk with Bobby Jenks, who made 3 starts while with the Stingers in 2004. He wasn't at 100%. We never really got to see his abilities in Salt Lake. Never really came close to hitting that 100-mile-per-hour mark that he hit during the World Series last year. But he's healthy, doing well, and now the closer for the world champions. Well, you have that conversation with Bobby coming up in the next couple of weeks, as well as we had a chance to see the Mariners beat Chicago yesterday by a score of 5-1. Didn't unfortunately have a chance to talk with a couple of other former Salt Lake pitchers that are on the Mariners, Eddie Guardado and Jake Woods, as the Tacoma Rainiers pop out of the first base dugout here at Cheney Stadium, dressed in their Mariner-like home white uniforms with the navy blue numerals and lettering trimmed in teal. Bees wearing their road grays with the black numerals and lettering trimmed in gold. So let's take the Rainiers around to their positions defensively. Mike Morse is in left field. Adam Jones in center, and Shin-Soo Choo is in right. Hunter Brown's at third, as Drubal Cabrera at short. Scott Youngbauer at second, and Greg Dobbs is at first. The battery of Francisco Crucetta pitching, and Rod Johnson catching. For Crucetta, this will be his 4th start. In 12 1/3 innings, he's given up 10 hits. 2 runs, both of them earned. He has struggled with his control. He has struck out 13, but he has walked 11. Crucetta 1-0 with a 1.46 earned run average, and the PCL is batting .222 against right-hander Francisco Crucetta. 6'2", 215 in his 5th professional season out of La Vega in the Dominican Republic. He'll turn 25 years old on the 4th of July. First year in the Mariners organization, first full year. He was claimed late August by the Mariners on waivers from Cleveland. Did make 2 starts for Tacoma last year, winning 1 and losing 1. Neither appearance was against Salt Lake. Here at Cheney Stadium, 325 down each line, 350 to straightaway left and right, 385 to left center and right center, and a big 425 feet to straightaway center field, a wall that's been cleared only twice in the 40-year history of this ballpark. One of those 2 last year by current Rainier Shin-Soo Choo off of former Stinger Scott Snyder. So we're ready to go. The ball being tossed around the infield. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Bees baseball's on the air for a Thursday night from Tacoma. Leading things off will be the shortstop Eric Ibar, batting .346. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 19 runs batted in, coming off a 4-for-12 series in Portland. Make that a 4-for-16 series in Portland. Either way, we're ready to go. Third baseman Hunter Brown in close. Right field, the Sun Field here in Tacoma. Tough sun right here for Shin-Soo Choo out and right. Outfield shaded towards left. Just about ready to go. Fruchetta holds that glove up high, now brings it down and delivers the first pitch to Ibar. It's chopped foul at the third base side. Strike 1 and we're underway. 0-1 the count on Eric Ibar, who's moved into a tie with his teammate Howie Kendrick for 4th in the league with 27 hits, 4 behind his brother Willie. Now the 0-1. Ibar swings, and it's a high fly ball to deep right field. Shin-Soo Choo going back to the corner at the warning track at the wall. He makes the catch right in front of the barrier near the 325 sign for out number 1. So Ibar retired. That'll bring up the center fielder, Tommy Murphy. Murphy batting .377 after his big day in Portland. 4 for 5 with 7 runs batted in. 4 doubles on the year, 1 triple, 2 homers, and 11 runs batted in. The 1 out, base is empty, and the pitch from Fruchetta outside, ball 1. Fruchetta's last time out was at Sacramento on the 21st of April. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, loop towards right. Choo coming on, has to play it on a hop. And so Murphy's aboard with a 1-out single. That ball, I think, was catchable. Choo didn't go hard after it. I don't think in that bright sunshine he ever saw it. So Murphy at first base, 1 out for Nick Gorneau, the right fielder, batting .274. 2 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and 13 runs batted in. In that no decision against Sacramento, he gave up 1 run on 4 hits in 3 1/3 innings. But he walked 6 batters in that 3 1/3. Fruchetta with the infield a double play depth behind him, and the toss to first, and Murphy is back. He did pitch Game 4 of the PCL semifinals against Sacramento, allowing 2 runs in 5 innings, but was not involved in the decision. Gorneau at the plate. The pitch. Breaking ball, low and outside of the right-hand batter. Ball 1. Gorneau last year, .263 hitter against Tacoma pitching. He did lead Salt Lake with 8 runs batted in against the Rainiers and tied with Brian Gordon for the team lead in home runs against Tacoma with 3. Now the 1-0. Gorneau swings and he fouls it back. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick struggled in Portland, going just 2 for 18. He did have a homer and 3 runs batted in. The Bees parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, idle today. They begin a 3-game series at home against the White Sox at Angel Stadium tomorrow night. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Gorneau. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-2. This is a Rainiers ball club that, like the Bees, filled with prospects. 7 of the top 10 prospects, according to Baseball America, in the Mariners organization are in a Tacoma uniform tonight. Crucetta, who's on the mound, is number 25 on their list. 1-2 pitch. Gorneau swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He struck him out. 2 down here in the first. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, the third baseman, batting .243. 7 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers, and 17 runs batted in. Crucetta. Fastball at the 89 to 92 mile per hour range. Occasionally touches 94. He has a splitter, slider, and changeup in his repertoire. 2 out, a runner at first. We're just underway. Crucetta was on the 40-man roster at the end of last year, was taken off, but was not claimed on waivers. First pitch to McPherson. A fastball outside of the knees, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. McPherson, a .250 hitter, just 1 for 4 against Tacoma pitching a year ago. Outfield, straight away and deep. The infield back. The second baseman, Youngbauer, on the outfield grass. There's a breaking ball over at the knees, a strike. And that evens the count on McPherson at 1-1. A 1 ball, 1 strike. Limited action in the major leagues. Only 6 games in the major leagues tonight, 2 of which have already been completed. A full slate in the PCL after an off day yesterday as the throw to first base sends Murphy back. Tommy with 2 stolen bases this year, but he has been thrown out 4 times. Two outs, a runner at first. Again the throw over, and Murphy dives back in safely. The Bees have been aggressive on the base paths this year. 28 stolen bases, second in the league. 16 caught stealing, most in the league. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big hole on the right side of the infield. The pitch. And McPherson takes a fastball outside at the knees, ball 2. Brian Harper, the Bees manager, coaching over at third base, going through the signs with hitting coach Jim Eppert over at first. The Sun in a position where it's not very easy for the first baseman, in this case Greg Dobbs, and for the Bees, Kendra Morales, to take those throws from the pitcher, looking right back into the sun. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. McPherson takes a breaking ball inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Dallas. And not much of a breeze today. Old Glory barely moving out on the flagpole in center field here on an absolutely gorgeous night here in Tacoma. Crucetta ready. The 3-1 to McPherson. Murphy takes off, swinging a ground ball fair inside the bag at first and down the right field line. Murphy digging for third. The carom played by 2. The stop sign is up for Murphy at third base. And into second base with a double is Dallas McPherson. Murphy was taking off. Dobbs came off the bag at first, and the ball wound up going back down the line, and Dobbs having to put the brakes on and dive back to his left, could not flag it down. Ball died on the grass down near the bullpen, giving Chu a chance to get to it before it could go to the corner and keep Murphy from scoring. So runners at second and third, 2 out for Mike Napoli. Napoli, the catcher, hitting .258, 5 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 runs batted in. So a chance with a 2-out base hit here for the Bees to take the lead. Napoli so far this year, 3 for 4 with 7 runs batted in, batting with runners in scoring position and 2 out. A chance to come through again here. The first pitch on the way. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Now there is a little bit of a breeze, and as usual, the prevailing wind when it does blow here is out of the north, in from the left field wall. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball, that's in at the knees, a strike, and that evens the count on Napoli at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sparse gathering here on a Thursday night in Tacoma. Crucetta steps off momentarily. Murphy the lead at third base. McPherson out at second. Now Crucetta ready. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Now the count on Napoli, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mike coming off a 3 for 15 series in Portland. 2 of his 3 hits were doubles. 1-2 the count on Napoli. Now Crucetta from the belt, the pitch. Caught it after it, held up as it missed down and away. They appealed the check swing. No swing, says the first base umpire. The count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kendry Morales, the first baseman, is due next. Crucetta ready. Murphy dances on the third baseline. The 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball. Strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees. And Mike none too pleased with the call. No runs, 2 hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Bees nothing, and Tacoma's coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Hi, is this the Federal Reserve? How you doing? Good, good. I'm fine, thanks. Listen, maybe you can help me. You're the guys who control the interest rates, right? Good. I was wondering if you could just not touch the interest rates until I sell my home. Well, yeah, I understand that, but no, I just need you to not touch the interest rate until I sell my home. That's all. Just, don't raise it. Just, keep it stable. Well, is there someone there who can help me? Yeah, I'll hold. Thanks.
Okay, so you can't control the Fed, but call a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent and you'll have qualified buyers from all over the world looking at your home, no matter what the interest rate is. That's because Coldwell Banker agents are not only local experts, they're also part of a national and international referral network of professional agents. So there will be thousands of Coldwell Banker agents all over the world working to find you the right buyer at the right price.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm still on hold. Sure, I'll stay here. Thanks.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit UtahHomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit CypressCU.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 our score. Defensively for the Bees, Curtis Pride is in left field. Tommy Murphy in center, and Nick Gorneau is in right. Dallas McPherson at third. Eric Ibar at short. Brian Specht at second, and Kendry Morales at first. The battery of Joe Saunders pitching, and Mike Napoli catching. For Saunders, this will be his 5th start in 22 1/3 innings. He's given up 28 hits, 14 runs, 13 of them earned. He has struck out 12 and walked 10. 1 hit batter, no wild pitches, and 3 home runs allowed. Saunders has won 1 and lost 1 with a 5.24 earned run average. The PCL hitting .308 against Southpaw Joe Saunders. Sin Choo Choo to lead things off. Lefty against lefty, and the first pitch a breaking ball low, ball 1. Choo batting .364, 2 doubles, 5 homers, and 10 runs batted in. Outfield shading him towards left. McPherson in on the grass at third. The 1-0 offering is cut out and missed. A fastball for a strike. Even for count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Choo hit .282 against Salt Lake last year, 11 for 39. Sin Choo out of South Korea. The pitch, a pop-up foul, third base side. McPherson gives it a look, but it'll land well back into the seats. 1-2 the count on Sin Choo. 5'11", 210. One of those top prospects we talked about in the Mariners organization. There were some who thought maybe he'd make it to the major leagues this year. He did play 10 games for Seattle last year. 1-2 pitch sinks down low, 2-2 the count, but struggled while he was there with just 1 hit in 18 at-bats at .056 average. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Saunders rocks, kicks, and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball down and in. He struck him out. 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up the designated hitter, T.J. Bond. Bond batting .284, 5 doubles, 4 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Hitless in 3 at-bats against the Bees last year. Saunders made 1 start against Tacoma last season, and it was a dandy. Gave up 4 hits, no runs in 8 innings for the win, striking out 6 and walking 1. So Bond, a right-handed batter, awaits the first pitch. He shows bunt and takes low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on T.J. Bond. Bond last year split his time between AA San Antonio and AAA Tacoma. Swings at the 1-0 and pops it up short left field. Ivar, the shortstop, back now in a couple of steps, and he'll glove it for the second out of the inning. So quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the Tacoma first. That'll bring up Greg Dobbs, the first baseman. Dobbs hitting .286. 1 double, 1 triple, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. .333 hitter against the Stingers last year, 8 for 24 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Dave Brundage, the new manager of Tacoma. Longtime skipper Dan Roan, former Buzz hitting coach. Now a coach with the Seattle Mariners up in the big leagues. Administrative coach's title. Fastball inside corner, knee high for a strike, 0-1. Does a lot of breaking down of film for the Mariners right now. No balls, 1 strike the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul to our left now to play. 0-2 are perched right up on top of the roof, just to the left of home plate here at venerable Cheney Stadium that opened in 1960. No balls, 2 strikes. Saunders' pitch. Swung on foul as he got jammed on that one, but was able to fight it off and send it up towards the screen. So the count on Dobbs, 0-2. In his 6th professional season. Split his time between the Mariners and Tacoma. Actually played more games for Seattle last year, 59, compared to 50 for Tacoma. The 0-2 pitch swung on, little flare back at third. McPherson racing out, can't get to it, but it lands in foul territory down in the Bees bullpen. So the count holding at 0-2. And the Bees 4 games here, and then back home on Monday night against the Las Vegas 51. 4-game series with them, and then Tacoma comes in for 4. Starting a week from tomorrow, a special 6 p.m. start for Cinco de Mayo, and a big fireworks show to follow. 0-2 the count on Dobbs as Saunders delivers. Fastball misses downstairs, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Renovations have gone on and will be going on here. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out, and Saunders works a 1-2-3 first inning with a pair of punch-outs. So at the end of 1 complete inning of play here at Cheney Stadium, it's the Bees nothing and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
We go to the second inning, 0-0. Joe Saunders with a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Francisco Cruchetta gave up a single and a double, but also struck out a couple of batters to keep it at a scoreless game. Kendry Morales, Brian Specht, and Curtis Pride now to face Cruchetta here in the second inning. Kendry batting .243, 1 double, 3 homers, and 11 runs batted in. Coming off a 2 for 10 series. Now the pitch. Change up high. Make that 2 for 11 series against the Portland Beavers. Bees winning 3 out of 4 down at PGE Park. The 1-0. Swung on and slapped just foul outside the bag at third to even the count at 1-1. Second road trip of the year. The second time the Bees have opened up the trip by winning 3 out of 4. Looking to change their success in the second series of the road trip. As Crucetta winds, here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup, 1-2. As the first road trip, the Bees won 3 out of 4 at Tucson, only to drop 3 out of 4 at Las Vegas. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss over a splitter. He struck him out. That's 3 strikeouts now for Crucetta. There's 1 out here in the second inning. Well, he came into this game having struck out 13 batters in 12 1/3 innings. That'll bring up Brian Speck, the second baseman. Hitting .341, 3 doubles, 1 homer, and 5 runs batted in. A 1 out, base is empty. The pitch. Off speed and over at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Crucetta delivers, working quickly. A fastball high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Hunter Brown in on the edge of the grass at third against Speck. As Crucetta delivers the 1-1, swung on and popped up. Shallow center, the second baseman Youngbauer going out. Now gives ground to the shortstop Cabrera, who makes the catch for the out. Easier play for Cabrera. He's looking away from the sun while following the flat of the ball as compared to Youngbauer, who's looking right at it. So 2 outs for Curtis Pride, the left fielder, batting .250. 3 doubles and 1 run batted in. Struggled in Portland to the tune of 1 for 13. But part of that, I'm sure, is due to the fact that he missed a full week of action due to a severe chest cold. So 2 out, nobody on base. Crucetta's first pitch to Pride. Fastball high, ball 1. Curtis hit .222 against Tacoma last year, but 4 of his 6 hits were for extra bases. 3 doubles and a home run. 1 ball, no strikes. Crucetta's pitch. Fastball, strike at the letters, 1-1. Crucetta, 2 games pitched, 2 games started for the Indians in 2004, winning 1 and losing 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground foul off of Pride's front foot, and the count's 1-2. He lost to Detroit, but then later got a win for the Indians. One ball, 2 strikes. Now the right-hander ready. The pitch. Change up just outside of ball, 2-2. Also, I should say he had a no decision in that outing. Then he lost to Minnesota. The pitch. Pride swings it. He misses it. A splitter. He struck him out. That's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Francisco Crucetta. So 1-2-3 across as we go to the bottom of the second. It's the Bees 0 and Tacoma 0 on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind: to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
It's Papa John's biggest introduction ever. The new Kong-size specialty pizza. 30% bigger than our original large pizza. With Kong-size slices of pepperoni and Italian sausage. Right now, get Papa John's new Kong-size specialty pizza for just $12.99. And get a $3 coupon for the King Kong DVD. Call now or order online at papajohns.com and we'll deliver. Limited delivery area charges may apply. Papa John's Kong-size specialty pizza for only $12.99. And King Kong on the DVD today. Rated PG-13.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the second inning. No score. It'll be Mike Morse, Adam Jones, and Hunter Brown due up to face left-hander Joe Saunders. Mike Morse batting .197, 2 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 12 runs batted in for Morse. Morse played more games for the Mariners last year than he did for Tacoma, splitting time between the two cities. As a pitch outside of ball, 1-0 to Morse. Hit .278 in 72 games for the Mariners, .253 in 49 games for the Rainiers. 1-0 pitch on the way. Jammed him and he pops it up. Behind the mound is going to take it. It's Dallas McPherson taking charge and making the catch about 12 feet from the mound for out number 1. So 1 away. That'll bring up the center fielder, Adam Jones. Jones batting .284, 3 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Adam Jones, highly regarded, the number 2 prospect in the Mariners organization, according to Baseball America. First-round supplemental draft pick, signed to a contract that included a $925,000 signing bonus. He swings and grounds one toward short. Ibar to his left, scoops, and fires across the diamond for the out. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down here in the second. That'll bring up Hunter Brown, the third baseman. Hunter Brown batting .234, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 runs batted in. Hit a healthy .346 against Salt Lake pitching last year, 9 for 26. After joining the team late because of injury, played 100 games for the Rainiers. So 2 out, nobody on base for Tacoma. Here in the bottom of the second inning as Saunders deals. Curveball is low, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Brown. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit here in Tacoma. Blowing in. Now the 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. Again, another night game tomorrow at 7:05 Mountain Time, and then day games Saturday and Sunday at 2:35 Mountain Time each day. 1-1 pitch to Brown. It's a fastball high and away from the right-handed batter, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Saunders looks in, gets his sign from Mike Napoli. The pitch. Swung on, chopped off the plate up the third base side, and it's going to hit the lip of the grass and kick foul. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, all Monday home games are Harmon's Family Nights with the Bee. Stop by your local Harmon store and pick up a Family Night voucher good for 8 family members for just $16 and redeem it at the Bee's box office. Harmon's, your neighborhood grocer. Again, the next Harmon's Family Night comes up this Monday. 6:30 start against the Las Vegas 51, the AAA affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 2-2 the count on Hunter Brown. Infield, the outfield playing him to pull towards left as the 2-2 comes home. Misses high, ball 3, fills the count at 3-2. Saunders in his last outing went 7 innings, gave up just 2 runs on 7 hits, but was not involved in the decision at home on the 21st of April against Tucson. Now the pitch. Low, ball 4. So Hunter Brown is aboard with a 2-out walk, the first base run of the ball game for Tacoma. And that'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera, the shortstop, hitting .421, 3 doubles and 5 runs batted in for Cabrera. who last year played at low A, high A, and at triple A in the Mariners organization. And like the Bees, just about everybody on the position player portion of the roster, homegrown talent for Seattle. There goes the runner. Got a good break. The pitch is high. The throw to second base. And safe at second with a steal is Hunter Brown, who got a huge jump on Joe Saunders there. Brown has his second stolen base in 3 tries. So now the Rainiers have a runner in scoring position with a 1-ball, no strike count on Cabrera. Well, how many times have we seen it this year? And obviously it hasn't happened yet, but the opposition has scored a lot of runs after there were 2 out and nobody on base. That was the case here, a 2-out walk to Brown. Now he's in scoring position after the steal. And the 1-0 pitch to Cabrera is sliced foul back into the seats, first base side. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one the count to the right-hand batter. Now Saunders ready. The glance towards second and the pitch home. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. Then we mentioned Dave Brundage, the Tacoma manager in his first year with the Rainiers. Managed the last 5 years with Seattle's AA affiliate at San Antonio. Very polarized, back again as the hitting coach for this team. Over at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count on Cabrera. Saunders pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Joe looks in, the left-hander ready. The 6'2", 200-pounder. Ready with a 2-2 pitch to the plate. Fastball inside at the knees, and that fills the count at 3-2. So back-to-back batters have gone to a full count on Saunders after he retired the first 2 batters on a total of 3 pitches. Morris popped up on a 1-0 pitch, and Jones grounded out on the first pitch he saw from Saunders. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Joe ready, and the payoff pitch. He struck him out swinging, pulled a string on it, and had Cabrera fooled. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Saunders. No runs, no hits. A walk and 1 runner left on base. We've played 2 here in Tacoma. It remains the Bees nothing and the Rainiers nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you're in the market for a home theater system or a new TV, RC Willey is the only place to shop. No one has a larger selection of complete home theater systems, high-definition big screens, flat panel LCD, and plasma TVs. Items are in stock for same-day delivery. Choose from the name brands you prefer, including Sony, Panasonic, Samsung, Mitsubishi, and Toshiba. Come in today and find out how you can pay 0 interest for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more. RC Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA. SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
All right, we go to the 3rd inning. No score here in Tacoma between the Bees and the Rainiers. It's also time in the 3rd inning for our first update of the night on the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks cut you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule your appointment. Adam Pavkovich to lead it off, batting .318, 1 double, 3 homers, 6 runs batted in. Monday had his streak snapped of homering in 3 consecutive games, 2 shy of the franchise record, although he did double in that game on Monday. So Pavkovich DHing tonight to lead things off. Francisco Crucetta's first pitch. Fastball strike in the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. In the PCL at New Orleans in the bottom of the 5th, Nashville leads the Zephyrs by a score of 5-3. Now the 0-1. Fastball looped towards right, coming on Chu, won't get to it. It drops in for a base hit. And so Pavkovich is aboard with a leadoff single. Hit number 3 in the ball game for the Bees, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order. And Eric Ibar, who sent Sin-Shu Chu back to the wall where he made the catch in front of the 325 sign down the right field corner. Nelson Cruz hit his 7th home run of the year for Nashville in that one, while Bernie Castro hit his first for New Orleans. Albuquerque and Oklahoma scoreless in the 6th at the AT&T Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City. Middle infielders for Tacoma double play depth. Hunter Brown in at 3rd. Crucetta's pitch. Ibar takes low and inside ball 1 as he shortened up to bunt and started to run up into the batter's box as he was going to run and slap at it. At Des Moines in the 6th, Memphis leading Iowa 3-2. Brian Dahlbach, Timo Perez homering for Memphis in that one. At Omaha, the Royals lead Round Rock 5-0 in the 5th. Now the 1-0 pitch. Ibar takes a breaking ball strike on the inside corner under the letters, 1-1. Sacramento at Tucson, just underway, no score. Later on, Colorado Springs visits Las Vegas, and Portland plays host to Fresno. 1-1 the count on Ibar. The American League, Cleveland pounding Boston 11-2 in the 7th at Jacobs Field. Ben Broussard, a pair of home runs for Cleveland. The 1-1 pitch, Ibar takes outside, going to second base, Pavkovich, and he is an easy out trying to steal. That wasn't even close. Matter of fact, his slide came up so short he never did touch the bag. So a caught stealing 2-6. Pavkovich 0 for 2 in the stolen base department, and now the count is 2-1 on Eric Ibar with the bases empty and 1 out. At New York in the 9th, the Yankees lead Tampa Bay 4-1. The 2-1 pitch to Ibar, down the middle with a changeup to strike, and it's 2-2. After 7.5 at Toronto, the Blue Jays trail Baltimore 7-2. Earlier today, the Twins beat the Yankees 7-3 as Johan Santana picks up his first win of the year, beating former Buzz left-hander Mark Redmond. Michael Kadire with his 3rd home run of the year for the Twins. Angel Baroa with his first for Kansas City. 2-2 the count on Eric Ibar as Crucetta deals. Swung on and looped foul up over the roof and out of play behind third base. Just 2 games of the National League. Bottom of the 6th at St. Louis. The Cardinals lead Washington 3-0. All 3 runs coming in the first inning. Jim Edmonds with his 4th home run of the year. Earlier today, Colorado won at Philadelphia 6-3. The 2-2 again. Ibar pulls one on the ground foul in between the coach's box and the bag at first. Brad Hoff and Garrett Atkins with a pair of home runs for the Rockies. And that is your Abra scoreboard as Eric Ibar goes back to the Bees dugout. He may have cracked his bat on that one. We're in the top of the 3rd. No score. 3 hits for the Bees at this point. None for Tacoma. They did have a base runner on a walk. And the Bees got a 2-out double from McPherson in the 1st to put runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 out, but Mike Napoli was caught looking. Adam Pavkovich leads off this inning with a base hit to right, but was thrown out trying to steal. Adam 0 for 2 now in that department after stealing 5 bases last year, although he was thrown out 6 times. So Ibar back in the batter's box as Crucetta delivers the 2-2. Breaking ball, he went around, says the home plate umpire. That is strikeout number 5 for Francisco Crucetta. 2 out here in the 3rd. That'll bring up Tommy Murphy, who singled to right in the 1st. 3 years ago, Crucetta led the Eastern League with 134 strikeouts while pitching for the Indians' AA affiliate at Akron. He also led the Eastern League that year with 6 complete games. He was 2nd in wins with 13 and 4th in earned run average at 3.09. 2 outs, the pitch. Murphy takes high, ball 1. Murphy coming into the ball game, batting .377, sixth in the league. Now the 1-0. Swung on, drilled into left center field, a base hit. So Murphy's 2 for 2. Jones cuts it off to hold Murphy to a single. Fourth hit of the ball game for the Bees, so a runner at first base, 2 out for Nick Gourneau. Struck out swinging his last time up. Justin Leone, the former Rainier, now with Portland leading the league with a .423 batting average. Adam Chabala of Fresno next at .411. And another PCL veteran, John Gall of Memphis, third at .397. Runner at first, 2 outs. Crucetta's pitch to Gourneau, and it's fastball in for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. One of the members of the Rainiers roster, Todd Sears, who played briefly in 2000 for the Buzz, moved to first, and the runner is back. Just 3 regular season games, as well as the postseason run into the PCL finals for the Buzz that year before falling to Albert Pujols and the Memphis Redbirds. 1 strike on Gourneau. Crucetta ready, the pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, and now Gourneau's in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The grass portion of the infield covered in shade. The dirt portion, and as well as most of the outfield in the bright sunshine. No balls, 2 strikes on Gourneau. Now Crucetta ready. The pitch. Pitch out, the ball off the glove of the catcher Johnson, and into second base goes Murphy as Johnson got fooled. The pitch out. Home plate umpire, I think, may have been fooled too. That pitch out was so far inside that may have been a strike. I got to call that one a wild pitch, even though it went off the glove of Johnson. He was expecting something outside, and it came back the other way. So Crucetta with his second wild pitch of the year, and so now the Bees have a runner in scoring position with 2 out. Their third runner in scoring position of the night, but again, they've all gotten there when there were 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Gourneau. Crucetta stares in at Johnson, who puts the sign down and the target up for the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 2. 2-2 the count on Gourneau. Again, breeze blowing in here at Cheney Stadium. Now Crucetta ready. The glance towards second, and a 2-2 home. Swung on, jammed him, and he popped it up. Back at second base, short center field. The second baseman Youngbauer is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 1 runner left on the base paths as we head to the bottom of the third. It's still the Bees nothing and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah's a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams. The Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Rob Johnson, Scott Youngbauer, and Shin-Soo Choo due up for the Rainiers here in the bottom of the third. 0-0 our score. Rob Johnson to lead things off, batting .273. One double, two runs batted in for the right-handed batting Rob Johnson in just his third professional season. The pitch on the way, up high, ball one. Not too many Major League players born in Montana, but he was born in Anaconda, Montana. 22-year-old right-handed batter, the 1-0 pitch. Johnson takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Fourth-round pick of Seattle in 2004 out of the University of Houston. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Johnson swings and loops one foul. Nice catch by the fan who brought a glove in the first row, just beyond the Tacoma dugout. So the count 1-2. Had it all perfectly planned, brought his glove, had the shades down with the sun in his face, and made the catch. Now Saunders ready, the 1-2. Change up just outside at the knees. 2-2 the count on Johnson, who did not play above A ball last year at Wisconsin and at Inland Empire. The 2-2 offering, just a little bit high. Ball 3 fills the count at 3-2. Outfield playing him to pull towards left. The infield is back as Saunders delivers the 3-2. Fastball, strike 3 call to the outside corner at the belt. Fourth strikeout for Saunders. Ball 2 and ball 3 looked better than strike 3. Here's Scott Youngbauer, the second baseman, batting just .133, 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in for Youngbauer. Came over from the Indians organization. There's a fastball strike and the count's 0-1. Youngbauer out of Wichita, Kansas, switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Saunders. The 0-1 swung out, a high bouncer to third, jumping up for it McPherson. He's got it, throws across the diamond in plenty of time for the out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Rainiers' third. To the top of the order we go, and Shin-Soo Choo struck out swinging his first time up. Don't forget, at Franklin Covey Field, be on the lookout for the Albertsons triple play for charity. If the Bees pull off a triple play at home, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Bees. First pitch to Shin-Soo Choo, a curveball over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Shin-Soo Choo. The pitch. Fastball down the middle of strike 0-2 from Busan in South Korea, as is pitcher Cha Seung-baek for the Rainiers. Now the 2-strike pitch from Saunders. Fastball high, 1-2 the count. Again, the Bees come into the game at 12-7, a half game ahead of Tacoma in the Pacific North at 11-7. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a one-hopper back to the hill. Saunders has it, measures the toss, and throws it to first for a 1-2-3 third inning. Nothing across here in the bottom of the third for Tacoma. We've played 3. We head to the 4th with the score. The Bees nothing, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
We head to the top of the fourth inning. Nothing but goose eggs on the board. 0-0 between the Bees and the Rainiers. Dallas McPherson, Mike Napoli, and Kendry Morales due up to face right-hander Francisco Cruchetta. McPherson grounded a double down to the right field line his first time up tonight. His 8th double of the year. Moves him into a tie for second in the league in that department, along with Howie Kendrick of the Bees and Nelson Cruz of Nashville. First pitch to McPherson, a fastball strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. Actually, that moves him into that tie, but they're 3 behind Kevin Franson of Fresno, who has 11 two-baggers so far this year. 0-1 on Dallas. The pitch, a fastball high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Talking about Dallas with hitting coach Jim Eppert earlier today, and he feels that Dallas is just about there. The pitch, breaking ball, strike, and it's 1-2. And I asked him, the other day, he took everything the opposite field during batting practice, and what happened during the game, he pulled the ball 3 times, twice for a double and once for a home run. 1-2 pitch on the way, cut out and missed over a splitter. He struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Cruchetta, and there's 1 down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Mike Napoli, who was called out on strikes his first time up, and Eppert agreed with my summation that day that by concentrating on hitting the ball to the opposite field during batting practice, it helps him in the long run be able to pull that ball and pull it with authority when he's in the game rather than maybe pull the ball foul. First pitch to Napoli, a breaking ball that misses high, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Mike. 1 out, nobody on here in the 4th, and a 0-0 game. The pitch, fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Cruchetta ready. Steps off just as he started his motion. No harm done with nobody on base. Now Cruchetta's pitch. Curveball strike on the inside corner at the belt, and the count's 1-2. Kendry Morales, the first baseman, is due next. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch, and it's a breaking ball low, 2-2. These, as a team, have struck out 157 times. That's 3rd most in the league. Behind 184 by Round Rock and 178 by Albuquerque. The 2-2. Swinging a tap foul back into the left of home plate. Still 2-2, but the Bees still lead the league with a .299 average. They also lead the league in 124 runs scored. Two balls, 2 strikes. Cruchetta's pitch. Low and inside to the right-hand batters. He missed with a splitter, and the count's full at 3-2. Again, a slim gathering here on a Thursday night in Tacoma. It'll be a better crowd tomorrow, more good weather, and a fireworks show. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch to Napoli. Swung, and he missed. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cruchetta now, who is fan 7. That'll bring up Kendry Morales, who went down swinging in the first. So 7 punch-outs for Cruchetta in 3 2/3 innings. That's 7 out of 11 outs. The others have been 2 infield pop-ups, a fly ball, and a caught stealing. Now the home plate umpire going out to the mound, wanting to take a look at the baseball. So 2 out, nobody on base here in the 4th inning. And apparently they have called a ball because Crucetta went to his mouth while he was on the mound. So the count 1-0 on Morales without Crucetta having thrown a pitch. Now he does, and it's low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Sometimes on a cool night, the pitchers will ask for permission from the umpires, but either they didn't ask or it wasn't granted tonight. The 2-0 pitch, Morales swings and he misses 2-1. And so if permission had not been granted, if a pitcher goes to his mouth on the mound, it's an automatic ball. 2 balls and a strike, the count on Kendry Morales. The pitch bounces in, ball 3. 3-1 the count, with Brian Speck due next. He's had all 4 hits recorded in this game. The 3-1 pitch, Morales takes low and inside for ball 4 off the glove of the catcher, Johnson. First walk issued by Crucetta. So runner at first base, 2 out for Brian Speck, who pops up to the shortstop Cabrera out in short center field his first time up. So runner at first base, 2 outs. Morales not a threat to be running over at first base. 2 out, a runner at first. Now Crucetta from the belt, the pitch. Swung on, hit deep, but hooked well, foul down the right field side for strike 1. Right size, wrong shape for Brian Speck. Batting left-handed against the right-hander Crucetta. The outfield playing him slightly towards left. Now the 0-1 offering. Speck swings and fouls that one off his leg, and he is down in the batter's box to the right of home plate. That ball came right off his bat and hit him in the side, and now the trainer, Armando Rivas, is down to take a look at Brian, as is Brian Harper, the Bees manager. As Brian Speck fouled one off his body, and he went down in the heat just to the right of home plate. So, Rivas looks like he's checking his right knee. This has not been a friendly ballpark to Brian Speck. He missed some time in 2004 with a shoulder injury that he suffered here. He was caught on a rundown between first and second, went down to the ground to avoid a tag and injured his shoulder, his right shoulder that day. Brian pointing at something on his right knee, so he must have fouled it maybe off the inside of that right knee. Right now, Brian has rolled over and is kneeling, is on all fours right now. Now trying to stand up. Now let's see if he tries to walk it off here, as he is limping, walking around up the first base line, trying to test it out, knowing Brian is going to do all that he can to stay in the ball game. Whether he does or not is another story. In the meantime, they allow Crucetta to throw to catcher Rob Johnson to stay loose. And it looks like Brian is going to stay in the ball game. Got his helmet back on, has the bat in his hand. I don't know that he's completely convinced Armando Rivas, and now Rivas heads back to the third base dugout. And so Brian will stay in there with a count of no balls, 2 strikes. Kendry Morales at first with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th in a 0-0 ball game. And now Speck stands in, ready to go again. Crucetta ready, and the 0-2 pitch to Brian. Breaking ball low, 1-2 the count on Speck. Speck last year hit .250 against Tacoma pitching, 5 for 20 with a couple of doubles. No runs batted in. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that retires the side. 8 strikeouts now for Francisco Crucetta. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still the Bees nothing, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Evening News? It's the anchorman there. The guy who reads the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, he's a blonde guy. Well, I need him to mention that I'm looking for a home. Yep, a new home. Well, that way, anyone selling in the area can call me, and we can work out a viewing around my schedule. Yeah, and I'm only available Sunday between 2 and 4. You haven't mentioned that, would you? Thanks.
You don't need to make an announcement when you're looking for a home to buy. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage makes it easy to find open houses in a range of styles and prices, including new construction, giving you every advantage in finding a home. You can access information about our open houses on our website. And the more homes you view, the more likely you are to find the one that's absolutely perfect for you. If you're already searching for a home, thinking about buying, or just interested in the local real estate market, go to utahhomes.com today.
No, I'm holding for the anchorman.
To find the open houses you want to see this weekend, visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
It's Papa John's biggest introduction ever. The new Kong-size specialty pizza. 30% bigger than our original large pizza. With Kong-size slices of pepperoni and Italian sausage. Right now, get Papa John's new Kong-size specialty pizza for just $12.99. And get a $3 coupon for the King Kong DVD. Call now or order online at papajohns.com and we'll deliver. Limited delivery area charges may apply. Papa John's Kong-size specialty pizza for only $12.99. And King Kong on the DVD today. Rated PG-13.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Zeros up on the board. 4 hits in the game for the Bees. None for Tacoma. It'll be T.J. Bond, Greg Dobbs, and Mike Morse due up. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Tacoma batting order to face left-hander Joe Saunders. It's also time for a look at this date in Salt Lake PCL history. Brought to you by MedOne Medical, the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold. MedOne Medical, the sleep professionals. T.J. Bond pops up to the shortstop Eric Ibar in short left field, his first time up. We'll give you this date in Salt Lake PCL history after Saunders' first pitch to Bond. Change up high, ball 1. It was on this date in 2003 that Sean Figgins tied a franchise record with 2 triples in one game as the Stingers knock off Nashville 8-3. 1-0 pitch on the way, a breaking ball just a little bit low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Obviously, Figgins could fly. A pitch, swing, and a miss. 2-1. He holds the franchise record for the most triples in one season and for the second most triples in one season. The 2-1 pitch. Bond takes the changeup outside, ball 3, 3-1. He had 18 triples in 2002 and followed that up with 15 in 2003. Now the pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Ibar to his right, backhands it, sets and fires a strike to first in time for the out. Ibar showing off that great arm of his deep in the hole at short, backhanding that ball and firing a strike to Kendry Morales to get T.J. Bond. 1 away. That'll bring up Greg Dobbs, who struck out swinging his first time up. The 33 triples for Figgins in a Salt Lake uniform is also the all-time career leader in that department. This date in Salt Lake PCL history brought to you by MedOne Medical. Stop in for a free CPAP pressure check and free tubing. MedOne Medical, 10712 South 13th East in Sandy. First pitch to Dobbs. Chopped over the mound. The second baseman Speck to his right, handles it on the bill of the cap high bounce and throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Tacoma 4th, and that'll bring up Mike Morse. The left fielder who popped up to the third baseman, Dallas McPherson, his initial time up. Well, last year Tacoma really shut down the Salt Lake offense, limiting the Stingers last year just a .219 team batting average against Rainiers pitching. Tacoma hit .311 against Salt Lake, hence they won 11 of 16. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1, and obviously that turns out to be the difference as Tacoma noses out Salt Lake by just 1 game for the division title. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and popped up foul, first base side. Morales to the railing, won't get to it. And the count's 0-2. As the Stingers last year won their final 9 games, but came up just 1 game short. You take just one of those games against Tacoma and turn a loss into a win, and Salt Lake wins the division by 1 game. Tacoma ended up going to the PCL finals and getting swept by Nashville. The 0-2 pitch, blowing outside 1-2. That was after in the opening series, losing the first 2 games at home here against Sacramento and then somehow winning 3 in a row at Raleigh Field. A 1-2 pitch on the way, a fastball just inside at the belt, 2-2 to Mike Morse. And that gave them the Pacific Conference title. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. Swung on, a little bad-handed looper deflected by Saunders, backhanded by Ivar, the underhand throw to first, in time for the out. What a play. Saunders deflected it. Ivar almost ran past it going to his left, reached back at the last moment, backhanded, and while he was still bent over, fired a strike to the first baseman Morales to get Morris. It'll be a 1-6-3 putout. 3 up, 3 down go the Rainiers in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. It's still the Bees nothing and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. TDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
All right, we head to the 5th inning. 0-0 the score. The Bees and the Rainiers. It'll be Curtis Pride, Adam Pavkovich, and Eric Ibar to face right-hander Francisco Cruchetta. 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Tacoma defensive alignment. Mike Morrison left. Adam Jones in center. Shin-Soo Choo in right. Hunter Brown at third as Drubal Cabrera at short. Scott Youngbauer at second, and Greg Dobbs is at first. A battery of Francisco Cruchetta pitching and Rob Johnson catching. Curtis Pride struck out swinging his first time up, one of 8 punch-outs recorded by Cruchetta in the first 4 innings. So Curtis Pride stands in. We're ready to go, and Cruchetta's pitch. Pride takes a changeup just a little bit high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now Cruchetta started to go into his motion, but then home plate umpire ruled time. So he put the brakes on his delivery. Now we're ready to go. The 1-ball pitch on the way. Pride swings and misses with a fastball, 1-1. See where in Omaha, outfielder Kerry Robinson had a little bit of a problem that caused him to come out of the ball game with a chest muscle spasm. We'll tell you how it happened after Cruchetta delivers the 1-1 pitch. Pride takes off speed and over for a strike 1-2. It seems the start of the game on Monday was delayed 5 minutes, according to the Omaha World Herald, because Robinson had a chest muscle spasm in center field. Now the wind by Cruchetta, the 1-2. Pride takes a curveball low and inside, 2-2. Trainer Jeff Stevenson told the paper that the muscle spasm was triggered when Robinson was laughing at the antics of a youth team that was involved in a pregame promotion. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Pride swings and he misses. He struck him out. 9 strikeouts for Cruchetta. And there's 1 down here in the 5th. Brings up Adam Pavkovich, who blooped a single into right field his first time up. Robinson stayed in the game through the 4th inning and contributed a single and a run scored, but the spasms continued and he was forced to the clubhouse for treatment. He apparently, though, is okay and won't be put on the disabled list. Pitch to Pavkovich, a curveball inside, ball 1. Boy, what a game for Francisco Cruchetta to this point, having struck out 9 and walked 1 here in 4 1/3 innings. That's 9 out of 13 outs. The pitch. There's a changeup over for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Pavkovich. Royals Director of Minor League Operations, Sean McGinn, told the trainer, can't we make up a better injury than that? The 1-1 pitch, Pavkovich takes inside a ball, 2-1. Then he suffered chest muscle spasms because he was laughing so hard at a youth team that was involved in a pregame promotion. And Gary Robinson's a veteran. He's been around both in the major leagues and AAA for a long time. The 2-1 to Pavkovich. Swing, and there's a deep drive to left. If it stays fair, it's gone, but it's got a hook to it, and it goes foul. Wow. The count on Pavkovich even at 2-2 as he got the barrel of the bat out of here too soon. It had the distance, but not the accuracy, and so Adam heads back to the plate with a count of 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eric Ibar due next. So Pavkovich collecting himself, getting back into the batter's box for the 2-2 pitch. Low and inside, a ball, 3-2. There must be an awful lot of movement on Cruchetta's pitches. Not only are the Bees struggling to make contact, but the catcher, Rob Johnson, has had several pitches already bounce off his glove. Pitches that didn't hit the dirt. 3-2 payoff pitch, and Pavkovich takes low and inside for ball 4. Second walk issued by Cruchetta. And so the Bees have a runner at first with 1 out for Eric Ibar, who's 0 for 2. Flied out to the wall and right in the first inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd. So 1 on, 1 out for the Bees here in the top of the 5th inning. As they try to break this scoreless deadlock. Middle infielders, double play depth. Cruchetta from the belt ready, and the first pitch to Ibar. Swinging a ground ball back to the mound. Cruchetta's got it. Goes to second. Out at second. Bounces the throw. Back and safe at first base is Ibar. And that was a close play at second as to whether or not Cabrera had his foot on the bag as Cruchetta threw the ball high to second base. And that threw the timing off the play completely, and Cabrera's throw skipped past the first baseman Dobbs, which will just be a fielder's choice. 1-6 on the putout. So 2 out, and Eric Ibar is on at first base. Eric with 7 stolen bases in 11 tries. And the batter will be Tommy Murphy, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Single to right in the first, and lined a single into left center in the 3rd inning. See if Ibar takes off. Trying to get into scoring position as he draws a throw from Cruchetta. Two out, a runner at first. Again, with Dobbs holding the runner on, there's a big hole in that right side of the infield for Tommy Murphy. The pitch. Check swing. Ball bounces in, rolls away from the catcher Johnson. Breaking for second and safe at second base is Eric Ibar. That'll probably go as a wild pitch as that one was in the dirt. So the count on Murphy is 1-0. And now Bees do have that runner in scoring position. 1 ball, the count on Tommy Murphy. Eric Ibar, scoring position at second base, checking the outfield alignment behind him. They're playing in to try to cut off the run at the plate as Cruchetta steps off and looks Ibar back towards second base. Now Cruchetta ready. And the 1-0. Murphy takes a changeup high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. The NBA tonight, Indiana beat New Jersey 107-95 to go up 2-1 in that series. Chicago leads Miami by 18 in the fourth quarter to try to cut the Heat lead to 2-1. 2-0 the count on Murphy. Cruchetta steps off again and looks Ibar back. Later on, Clippers are at Denver with LA leading 2-0 in that series. Now everybody ready. Second baseman over. And now they're just going to intentionally walk Murphy, who's swinging the hot bat right now. Just the second intentional walk received by a Bees batter this year. Curtis Pride received one as a pinch hitter in the Portland series. So ball 4 is delivered, and now it's up to Nick Gorneau if the Bees are to cash in. As Salt Lake with runners at first and second base, 2 out. Gorneau is struck out swinging and topped to the second baseman Youngbauer. Again, the outfield still cheating in to maybe have a shot at the plate on Ibar on a base hit to the outfield. So 2 on, 2 out, top of the 5th inning, no score. The pitch. Gorneau takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. These have left 4 runners on base already in this game, 3 of them in scoring position. 1-0 the count. Cruchetta's pitch. Gorneau takes outside, snap throw to first, and safe at first base is Murphy, and on the plate of the first base bag, over to third goes Ibar. The throw definitely beat Murphy, but the ball skipped in the dirt. And the first baseman, Dobbs, had to bring the glove up to get it, then brought it back down, and it looked like Murphy had his hand on the bag. So now runners at the corners, 2 out, and a 2-ball, no strike count on Nick Gorneau. Ibar the lead at third, Murphy at first. The 2-0. Into the dirt, smothered by the catcher Johnson, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Dallas McPherson is due next. For the second time in the ball game, the Bees have a runner at third. But on each occasion, it's been after there were 2 out. See if Gorneau gets the green light on 3-0. It's a fastball high, ball 4, and the bases are full. That is the 3rd walk of the inning issued by Cruchetta. And that's going to bring the pitching coach, Dwight Bernard, out to the mound. Dwight, formerly in the Twins organization. Dallas McPherson coming to the plate with the bases full now. This will be his second at bat. He's 0 for 1 with the bases loaded this year. So Ibar at third, Murphy at second, Gorneau at first. 2 out. McPherson tonight has doubled and struck out. Well, the Bees have yet to see their first grand slam of the year. I guess now would be as good a time as any. So Ibar, the runner at third, Murphy at second, Gorneau at first. 2 out. Cruchetta will work from the windup. And now he'll step off as the catcher Johnson has him pitching from the stretch instead. 2 out, bases loaded, the pitch to McPherson. Low and outside with a splitter, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes as some activity begins to stir now in the Tacoma bullpen. Right-hander Emiliano Fruto starts to loosen up. as does Rene Cortez. So a couple of right-handers throwing. The 1-0 pitch to McPherson. Into the dirt, gets by. The catcher Johnson goes back to the screen, and Ibar scampers in from third with the first run of the ball game. The count on McPherson goes to 2-0. And so the wild pitch scores Ibar. Murphy goes to third, Gorneau to second base. And the count 2-0 on McPherson is all of a sudden Crucetta having trouble finding the strike zone as the Bees take a 1-0 lead without the benefit of a base hit. Youngbauer, the second baseman, about 2.5 steps back on the right field grass for McPherson. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 2-1. A little surprised with first base open and a right-handed batter in Napoli who has struck out twice tonight that they're not intentionally walking Dallas. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a splitter, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third. Now Crucetta ready. The 2-2 to McPherson. Low ball 3. A full count now on Dallas at 3-2. He's leading 1-0 on 3 walks and a wild pitch. Runner at third base, Murphy. Gorneau at second. 2 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on McPherson. The payoff pitch to the plate. He struck him out swinging to retire the side. 10 strikeouts for Crucetta. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on the base paths. We're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder with a score. The Bees won, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 the score in favor of the Bees now. It'll be Adam Jones, Hunter Brown, and as Drupal Cabrera due up to face left-hander Joe Saunders. Adam Jones grounded out to short his first time up. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Bees defensive alignment. Curtis Pride in left, Tommy Murphy in center, and Nick Gorneau in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Eric Ibar at short, Brian Specht at second, and Kendry Morales at first. A battery of Joe Saunders pitching, and Mike Napoli catching. So here's Adam Jones, who bounced to short his first time up. Saunders' first pitch to Jones, and it's down the middle of the knees, a strike 0-1. Right-handed pitcher Rene Cortez still throwing in the Tacoma bullpen. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball away, 0-2. So it looks like there's a good chance that Crucetta's night is over. 0 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Jones as Saunders deals. Change up outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-2 the count of the right-hand batter. Now Saunders' pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Saunders. One down here in the 5th. That'll bring up Hunter Brown, who walked, stole second, but was stranded there. To this point, the only base runner for Tacoma. The 5 strikeouts for Saunders equals his season high. He fanned 5 in 4 2/3 innings at Las Vegas on April the 11th. Oh, Hunter Brown, the batter. The first pitch from Saunders is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the count on the right-hand batter. Infield back, the outfield playing him towards left. The pitch, swing, and a fastball, and a foul back. And now Brown is in the hole, 0-2. He's baseball, brought to you in part by Salt Lake City Credit Union. Above and beyond every day. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Brown, with Asdrubal Cabrera due next. The 0-2 on its way. Swinging a foul, glancing off the glove, the catcher Napoli, and so Brown stays alive with a count of 0-2. Only 2 games still going in the major leagues. We'll have a complete rundown of all of today's major league scores, as well as the PCL coming up in the top of the 6th inning in our Abra scoreboard update. The 0-2 again to Brown. Fastball inside at the knees, 1-2 the count. One and two the count on Brown. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. So a season high 6 in that department for Saunders. And there's 2 down here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera, who struck out swinging his first time up. Cabrera, who had been on the disabled list with a right ankle sprain, came off the DL Tuesday and hit 3 for 4, all doubles with 3 runs batted in. Now he squares the bunt and takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Had the game-winning single for Tacoma in the 10th inning of Game 4 against Sacramento that evened the series. At 2-2, there's a breaking ball low, 1-1. He also had the 2-run single in the 11th of the decisive Game 5, the 5-2 win over the River Cats. The 1-1 to Cabrera, just outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down and in. 2-2 the count on Cabrera. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, bases empty, the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees, a backdoor breaking ball, and Saunders strikes out the side in order. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. At the end of 5, it's the Bees 1, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Exit Realty Elite. We're selling Salt Lake City one home at a time. Exit Realty Elite.
groundbreaking formula is bringing real solutions in real estate to the buyers and sellers' needs. Exit Realty Elite, West Jordan, 801-352-8000. With over 700 offices nationwide, Exit Realty Elite is a full-service brokerage with over 55 agents and is one of Salt Lake City's fastest-growing real estate offices. Exit Realty Elite, where communication and customer service are our number one priority. Exit Realty Elite, real estate reinvented.
Right-hander Rene Cortez on the pitch now for Tacoma, making his 6th appearance of the year in 12 innings. He's given up 12 hits, 5 runs, of which only 2 have been earned. He has struck out 10 and walked 4. No hit batters, 1 wild pitch, and no home runs allowed. Cortez 2-0 with a stellar 1.50 earned run average. The PCL batting .261. Against the 6'4", 180-pound right-hander Rene Cortez from Valencia, Venezuela. Spent all of last year at Double-A San Antonio, where he won 5 and lost 3 and knocked 10 saves. Cortez last outing was 3 days ago against Fresno. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, in 2 innings of work. He'll face Mike Napoli, Kendry Morales, and Brian Speck, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here in the Bees batting order. Napoli has been up twice, and he has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. The final line on Crucetta, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run it was earned, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks, with 1 wild pitch that brought in the Salt Lake run. The 0-1 to Napoli, and it's in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. Cortez in his 7th professional season, his first year at Triple-A after spending all of the last 2 years at Double-A San Antonio. The 2-strike pitch to Napoli. Breaking ball, low, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Since 2003, he's worked primarily out of the bullpen with only 1 start in the last 3 years. The 1-2. Low, ball 2. 2-2 the count. The catcher Johnson out of his crouch, ready to throw to third, thinking that was strike 3. Cortez was suspended 15 games last year for violating baseball's minor league drug prevention and treatment program. The 2-2 pitch bounces one in off the body of the catcher Johnson, and the count's full at 3-2. So full count now on Mike Napoli as it's time for our 6th inning update of the Abra scoreboard. But first, the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Napoli. Cortez ready, the payoff pitch. He struck him out swinging with a fastball, foul tip into the glove of the catcher Johnson. 1 down here in the 6th. That'll bring up Kendry Morales, who has walked and struck out. 11 strikeouts now of Bees batters. The season high for Salt Lake in striking out is 14. And they did it twice at Las Vegas on consecutive days, April 10th and 11th. So 1 out. Kendry Morales the batter, and the first pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. At New Orleans in the 9th, Nashville leading the Zephyrs 6-3. Nothing but zeros on the board at Oklahoma City. No score between the Redhawks and Albuquerque in the bottom of the 8th. Now the 1-ball pitch. Morales starts after it, holds up, but it's a strike called at the letters, 1-1. Memphis 3, Iowa 2, with the Redbirds batting in the top of the 9th at Des Moines. Round Rock is getting waylaid by Omaha. The Royals shutting out the Express 10-0 in the 8th. 1-1 pitch, and Morales takes one that skips into the dirt and goes back to the screen, ball 2. Sacramento 3, Tucson 0. River Cats batting in the top of the 4th. Second inning at Las Vegas, the 51s lead Colorado Springs 1-0, and Portland leads Fresno 3-0 in the 2nd at PGE Park. 2-1 pitch is tap foul at the first base side, and the count on Morales is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the major leagues, all of the action in the American League has been completed as Cleveland pounded Boston 15-3. Paul Bird the winner over Josh Beckett. Beckett's first loss with the Red Sox. Now the 2-2 pitch to Morales. Swung on and fouled. Back to our left. Still 2-2. Ben Broussard with a pair of home runs for the Indians. His third and fourth. Victor Martinez with his fifth. The Yankees beat Tampa Bay 4-1. Sean Chacon the winner over former Sacramento King Mark Hendrickson. Mariano Rivera with his third save. Again, Cortez, the 2-2. Morales takes a fastball high, and that fills the count at 3-2. Second straight batter that Cortez has worked to a full count to. Toronto scored 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth, but it wasn't enough as the Orioles beat the Blue Jays 7-5. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Fastball high again. He walked him. First walk issued by Cortez. The fifth given out by Tacoma pitching in the ball game. To the Bees with a runner at first base and one out. And the batter will be Brian Speck. Popped to short and struck out swinging. Minnesota beat Kansas City 7-3 as Johan Santana picks up his first one of the year for the Twins. Former Buzzman and former Twin Mark Redmond takes the loss. Michael Kadire with his third home run of the year for Minnesota. Angel Baroa, his first for the Royals. Minnesota also won approval from the state legislature, State House of Representatives, on a new stadium, but now has to clear the Senate in Minnesota. There's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1, and they say that must maybe more difficult than getting it through the Minnesota House of Representatives. Bottom of the eighth in the National League, the Cardinals lead Washington 6-2. Jim Edmonds with his fourth home run of the year, the key to a 3-run first inning. Now the 0-1 to Speck. Started after it, held up as it missed outside at the knees, 1-1. Colorado beat Philadelphia today 6-3. Aaron Cook over Ryan Franklin. Ryan Franklin, a former Rainiers. Brian Fuentes, his fourth save. A couple of former Sky Sox, Brad Hoff and Garrett Atkins, homered for the Rockies. And that's your Abra scoreboard. Here it's 1-0 D's in the sixth. The 1-1 pitch to Speck down the way from Cortez. There goes Morales, swinging the ground ball to first because Morales was going. The only play for Dobbs is at first base as he takes it 2 steps to the bag for the out. But with the motion of the base runner, that puts him in a scoring position. So Morales at second base for Curtis Pride. He's been up twice and he has struck out twice, both against Francisco Crocetta. Morales at second base, 2 outs. Cortez stares in, gets his sign from Johnson. First pitch to Curtis Pride on the way. Swing and a miss at a fastball, strike one. Curtis with 1 hit now in his last 15 at-bats. And he was on a roll prior to that week-long period that he missed due to that severe chest cold. Outfield cheating in. Morales not particularly fleet of foot out at second base. Now time called by the home plate umpire. 0-1 the count. Now Cortez ready. And the 0-1. Pride swings, and it's a high fly ball. Left field. Morse going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Curtis Pride to the opposite field and left. And the Bees now have a 3-0 lead. Both Morris and Jones pulled up, hoping to play the carom, but there was none. And for Curtis, his first-round tripper of the year. And the Bees have a 3-0 lead. Hit number 5 on the night for Salt Lake. And for Curtis, his second and third runs batted in. With that now, Curtis Pride is now just 26 hits away from 1,200 in his minor league career. Here's Adam Pavkovich, who has singled and walked in 2 plate appearances. Pitch on the way, is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. For Cortez, that's the first home run that he has given up this year. Tacoma pitchers had only given up 8 to this point. The 1-strike pitch. Paskovich takes off speed and over, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. So 9 home runs only given up by Tacoma pitching. That's the lowest in the league. These pitchers have given up 22 home runs, tied for second most. The 0-2. Paskovich ducks under a high inside off-speed pitch. And the count on Adam, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-0 Bees here in the 6th inning. Paskovich stands in, feet spread apart. The 1-2. Curve ball low, 2-2 the count. So Pride with his first home run of the year. That for Curtis is the 135th of his minor league career. That pitch misses low for a ball, and that fills the count at 3-2. Eric Ibar to next. Now Cortez ready, the payoff pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball hooking down the left field line. Morse to the railing. Will he have room? In foul territory, he makes the catch to retire the side. But 2 runs on 1 hit. The home run by Curtis Pride. Nobody left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's now the Bees 3 and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
So are you looking for a high school letter jacket? Because the place to go is Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. And during the entire month of April, you'll save yourself 10%. You'll find the best letter jackets in Utah at Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. These jackets are fully quilted and insulated. They have leather sleeves and a wool body. Trust me, these jackets can be worn for years without looking old and worn. And they come in all colors. You'll also find many different styles to choose from, too. Karen Pullman will give you your recognition pins for free with any jacket purchase. Look, you've worked hard to get your letter jacket, but why not show it off? Get the best letter jacket available at the same price as the cheaper imitations.
Now through April 30th, you'll save 10% on letter jackets at Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. Karen Pullman's Pro Shop Bowling Center, 7984 South, 1300 East. Also, summer, adult, youth, senior, and ladies leagues are now forming. Call 233-1101 for details. Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bees leading by a score of 3-0. It'll be Rob Johnson, Scott Youngbauer, and Chin Soo Choo. The 8-9-1 hitters due up to face Joe Saunders here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nice article by Mike Scar on the Angels website about Reggie Willits and Howie Kendrick now in the big leagues. There's a pitch, a breaking ball low. Ball 1 to Johnson, who was called out on strikes his first time up. Both called up due to injuries to Angels players. The 1-0 offering, swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kendrick went up when Mycerius Torres got hurt. Willits when the injury bug bit Juan Rivera. The 1-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss out in front of a changeup again, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Also goes into what it was like the first time in the big leagues for guys like Darren Erstad and Tim Salmon. 1-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball misses outside at the knees, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Johnson. 3-0 Bees, 3 runs on 5 hits for Salt Lake, no runs, no hits for Tacoma. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Mike Napoli. for the strikeout. That's 8 strikeouts now for Saunders, including 4 in a row. Brings up Scott Youngbauer, who bounced to third his first time up. Saunders a punch out away now from tying the record for the most consecutive strikeouts by a Salt Lake pitcher in the same game. There's a fastball strike, 0-1. It's been done 7 different times, the last of which to do it was Scott Dunn on August the 29th of 2005 against Colorado Springs. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that's just inside at the knees, a ball, 1-1. Dunn went on, as did Todd Ritchie in 1998, to strike out 9 in a row over the course of 2 games. 1-1 pitch on the way is a strike on the outside corner just under the belt, and it's 1-2. Of those who have struck out 5 in a row in the same game, Matt Wise did it twice, Scott Dunn did it twice, 1 each for Shane Bowers, Todd Ritchie, and Matt Hensley. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball, past the mound, near second base, fielded by Speck, the off-balance throw just in time for the out. Nicely done by Brian Speck. The strikeout streak is broken up, but a fine play by Speck, and they still get the out on Youngbauer. That ball grounded on the mound just past Saunders. Speck coming in into his right, backhanded the ball near second base and in front of the bag. Made the off-balance throw and had enough on it to get Youngbauer at first base. Here is Shin-Soo Choo, who is struck out and bounced back to the mound. Saunders ready in the pitch. And Choo takes low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs, bases empty, 3-0 D's here in the bottom of the 6th. Saunders winds the 1-0. Fastball strike, and the count's even at 1-1, right down the middle. So far, the Rainiers' only base runner, Hunter Brown, on a 2-out walk in the 2nd inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Third ball, he went around. The pitch went off the glove of Napoli back to the screen, but Choo offered at it, tried to hold up, but couldn't stop in time, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Saunders ready. The 1-2. Fastball high, evens the count at 2-2 as Napoli has to climb a stepladder to pull that pitch in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Shin-Soo Choo. As Saunders delivers. Swinging a ground ball toward third. Tough play. McPherson charges, gloves, but can't get enough on the throw. And the Rainiers have their first hit of the ball game, a check swing roller up the third base side by Shin-Soo Choo. So the Rainiers with their first hit and their second base runner of the game. Here's T.J. Bond, who has popped to short and grounded to short, so he's 0 for 2. Mike Napoli out talking with Saunders momentarily. Don't forget, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help call the action live from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. Relax. It's Great Clips. Now Saunders ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss to Bond, a breaking ball, strike 1. By the way, that 2-run home run by Curtis Pride with the Bees leading 1-0 provided us with our Geico Insurance run of the game. Again, the first time after the 5th inning, the Bees score to add to a lead. Geico Insurance donate $25 to the Air Force Fund. A 1-strike pitch to Bond. Instead, the toss to first, and Choo is back. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. So far this season now, there have been 10 Geico Insurance runs, making the total donation $250. 1 strike on Bond. Choo the lead at first. The pitch. Just outside at the knees, a ball, 1-1. Shin-Soo Choo. 7 steals in 9 tries. That ties him for second in the league with Bernie Castro of New Orleans, Freddie Guzman of Portland, and Kerry Robinson of Omaha. Jermaine Clark of Nashville leads with 8. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball inside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now Saunders ready. The 2-1. Strike on the outside corner at the knee. He's 2-2. Jose Flores, who was with Las Vegas last year, tied Dave Hadjick for most career hits against the Salt Lake franchise at 101, but it doesn't look like he's got a chance to take over sole possession of the record. He's found out today he's playing for AAA Buffalo over in the International League. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Bond. The pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. He struck him out, and that retires the side. That is strikeout number 9 for Joe Saunders. No runs, a scratch hit, the first of the game for Tacoma, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the 7th. It's the Bees 3 and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
When it's time for your next set of tires, do you want the best tire warranty in the business? Then you should head to Big O Tires. Big O's free replacement warranty is the best in the business and gives you free services with your tires like balancing, rotating, and flat repair. Plus, with Big O Tires speed lane service, you can have your tires mounted, balanced, and on your vehicle in 20 minutes or less. Big O Tires, Utah's #1 tire store.
A reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires.
Rene Cortez begins his 2nd inning of relief for Tacoma. He'll face the top of the Bees batting order, Eric Ibar, Tommy Murphy, and Nick Gorneau. 3-0 the score in favor of the Bees. Ibar reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th, stole 2nd, moved to 3rd on a runner's fielder's choice as he took off for 3rd on a pickoff throw to 1st by the catcher Johnson, and then Ibar scored on a wild pitch to make it 1-0. In favor of the Bees, and then they added 2 more last frame on a home run by Curtis Pride. So here's Eric Ibar, 0 out of 3. Rene Cortez, first pitch, swing and a miss to the breaking ball, strike 1. Time now for the Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Bees. No runs, just 1 hit, no errors for the Rainiers. The Bees have left 6 runners on base, while the Rainiers have stranded 2. The 0-1 to Ibar. Change up high and outside to the left-hand batter. 1-1 the count. Bees with 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th on a Curtis Pride 2-run homer. With 2 outs in the 6th inning, the Rainiers got their first at a check swing roller at the third base side by Shin-Soo Choo. Ibar swings, hits it high and deep down the right field line, but it's got a hook to it and goes foul. So the count on Ibar, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Bees 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Now Cortez ready. And the right-hander's pitch. Swung on, drilled into right field, a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Shin-Soo Choo, and Ibar is aboard with a leadoff single. Hit number 6 in the ball game for the Bees, and so that'll bring up Tommy Murphy, who has singled twice and has been intentionally walked. Ibar with 8 stolen bases over at first base, tied for the league lead. See if he takes off here to try to get himself into scoring position for Tommy Murphy, who now has 6 hits in his last 7 at-bats, dating back to Tuesday. Throw to first base, and Ibar is back. Again tomorrow, right-hander Steven Shell makes his first start at the AAA level for the Bees against veteran right-hander Kevin Apier trying to hook on after sitting out last year. Now Cortez again a throw over, and the runner's back. A 7:05 first pitch Mountain Time will be on the air at 6:45 with the on-deck circle. And don't forget tomorrow on 1320 K-Fan at 3 o'clock, it's Bees Clubhouse. Join Adrian Denny and yours truly for that program, which will include a visit from Jim Epper, the Bees hitting coach, as well as a couple of interviews. Ibar bluffs a move as the Rainiers pitch out, and the count's 1-0. Conversation with Tommy Murphy, who's at the plate right now, and also a conversation that I recorded yesterday at Safeco Field with former Salt Lake Buzz catcher A.J. Pierzynski, a member of the 2005 champion White Sox. Throw to first, a close play, but Ibar is back. Well, as many of you know, probably, I was born and raised in Chicago as a Sox fan, so I really can't say that sentence enough. The 2005 world champion Chicago White Sox. 1 ball, no strikes to count. A pitch. Swung on and looped towards left center field. Drifting over, Adam Jones is there. And the center fielder for the Rainiers makes the catch, and Murphy's retired for the first time tonight. 1 out. That'll bring up Nick Gorneau, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Again, in the next couple of weeks, you'll also hear conversations that I had with former Salt Lake starting pitcher and now closer for the White Sox, Bobby Jenks, as well as former Buzzed outfielder Matt Lawton, who's now with the Mariners. He was with the Buzz 10 years ago. So Ibar at first, 1 out. The pitch to Gorneau is a fastball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Lawton has bounced around a lot of teams, but he's been in the big leagues nonstop since he was with Salt Lake in '96. 1 strike the count on Gorneau. Big lead for Ibar, and that draws a throw. Eric Paquin standing up. 3-0 Bees here in the top of the 7th inning. Ibar scoring on a wild pitch in the 5th. Curtis Pride in opposite field, 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 6th. 1 strike the count on Gorneau. Cortez ready, the pitch. Changeup is high for a ball, 1-1. Got to think that Ibar has split away some of the focus on the hitter from Cortez as he's kept a close eye on Eric over at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cortez ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Gorneau on a splitter, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dallas McPherson is due next. Ibar again, a big lead at first base. The infield at double play depth as Rene Cortez delivers the 1-2, and it's a fastball outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the Bees started the day a half game ahead of Tacoma in the Pacific North. Portland 3 back. Colorado Springs trailed by 6.5. In the Pacific South, Las Vegas led Sacramento by 2.5, Tucson by 4, and Fresno by 5.5 as Ibar draws another throw over to first. A close play, but Ibar gets the right hand in ahead of the tag of Greg Dobbs. In the American North, Nashville leads Omaha by 1, Iowa by 5, and Memphis by 7. And in the American South, Albuquerque leads New Orleans by 3.5, Round Rock by 4, and Oklahoma by 5.5. Ibar takes off on the 2-2. The pitch is high. The throw to second base, and out at second base is Ibar on a head-first slide. 2-4 on the putout. 2 out, and the count on Gorneau is full at 3-2. So full count on Gorneau now with the bases empty. That's the 5th time in 14 attempts that Ibar has been thrown out. That's about the percentage he was at last year in Double-A. 3-2 payoff. Pitch is lined down the right field line, hooking towards the corner and going foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Ibar last year stole an organizational high of 49 bases, but was thrown out 23 times. Those 49 steals tied him for the organizational lead with Alexi Casilla. 2 outs, bases empty here in the 7th. After the caught stealing on Ibar, it's 3-2 on Nick Corneau. His activity begins to stir again in the Tacoma bullpen. His right-hander Aaron Looper is up. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch to Corneau. Fastball high, he walked him. That's the second walk issued by Cortez and the 6th given out by Tacoma pitching in the ball game, and that'll bring up Dallas McPherson. McPherson has doubled and he has struck out twice. And now there may be a problem with Rene Cortez as the catcher Johnson goes out, as does the manager Brundage, the pitching coach Dwight Bernard, and more importantly, the trainer Rob Nodine out there to check on Cortez. The 6 walks received by the Bees equals the most this year. Salt Lake batters were walked 6 times at Portland on Monday. So runner at first, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And it looks like Rene Cortez will be unable to continue. So that means that Aaron Looper will come on to pitch. We'll tell you all about him after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Stock Exchange? Hi. Can I speak with a bell ringer? Yeah, the person who rings that morning bell. Oh, well, I have an announcement to make. Oh, see, I need to tell everyone on the exchange floor that I'm selling my home. Yeah, that's right. I'm selling my home. Oh, well, I need the Dow to stay up. Give those stockbrokers a little added motivation, keep the economy moving so my home will sell faster. Well, it can't hurt.
Okay, so you can't influence the economy, but choosing a Coldwell Banker residential brokerage agent will help you get the best price for your home, no matter what the market conditions are. Coldwell Banker agents are the most well-trained real estate professionals in the business. They're at the cutting edge of local and national market trends. They use the most advanced marketing tools in the industry, and they specialize in strategically positioning your home so it sells on your terms. Get every advantage when you sell your home.
Yep, still me. Still holding for that bell ringer person.
Call a Coldwell Banker professional in your neighborhood or visit utahhomes.com. Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage is owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Right-hander Aaron Looper on for Tacoma, trying to make his way back after having to undergo reconstructive surgery on his right elbow in 2004. He started the 2005 season on the disabled list and only made 9 appearances at Class A Inland Empire. That after making 8 appearances for Tacoma in 2004 prior to the injury. And in 2003, he made his major league debut with 6 games pitched, no decisions. Looper so far this year has appeared in 6 games, gone 12 innings, given up 21 hits, 12 runs, 7 of them earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 3. No hit batters, 1 wild pitch, and 2 home runs allowed. Looper is 0-1 with a 5.25 earned run average, and the PCL is batting .404 against right-hander Aaron Looper. And while he had started to warm up in the Tacoma bullpen, he'll be given as much time as needed because Cortez came out with an injury. Looper will inherit a runner at first base and 2 outs. And Dallas McPherson at the plate. While we have the opportunity, we need to remind you that if a Bees player hits for the cycle at home this season during a regulation 9-inning game, you could win $10,000 in the SMC Capital Management Hit for the Cycle contest. If a player gets a single, double, triple, and home run, you could win $10,000 courtesy of Gary Gigi of SMC Capital Management. Register to win at the Franklin Covey Field Customer Service booth along the third base side, and don't forget to check out www.retirementsource.net for more information on SMC Capital Management, Architects of Wealth. So Looper's ready to go. 6'2", 210 out of Ada, Oklahoma. 29-year-old right-hander will face Dallas McPherson. Again, Dallas doubled in the first, and since then he has struck out twice. The runner at first base, Gorno. After the base on balls issued by Cortez. Quick throw to first, and Gorno dives back in safely ahead of the tag of Dobbs. 3-0 Bees here in the 7th inning. Outfield, deep and around towards right for McPherson. Looper ready. The pitch. Dallas takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Cannot close the books on Cortez's line as he's responsible for the runner Gorno over at first base. No balls, 1 strike. Throw to first again, and Gorno dives back in safely. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Bees. No runs, 1 hit for Tacoma. Now Looper ready, and the 0-1 pitch to McPherson. Swinging a one-hopper back to the mound. Backhanded by Looper. The turn of the toss to first in plenty of time to retire McPherson and the side here in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by America First Credit Union. For any financial needs, come to America First Credit Union where members come first. It's 3-0 Bees after 6.5 on ESPN 1230.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Whether you need a new refrigerator or you want to redecorate the family room, you'll find exactly what you need at R.C. Willey. Of course, you know that R.C. Willey has the area's largest selection of furniture, major appliances, flooring, and electronics. But you may not know that R.C. Willey also has everything you need to relax or entertain outdoors. Choose from a large variety of patio sets, lawn mowers, and barbecue grills. This season, R.C. Willey has everything you need for your home and patio. R.C. Willey, one place, so many possibilities.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the Bees 3 and Tacoma nothing. Greg Dobbs, Mike Morse, and Adam Jones, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters are due up for the Rainiers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Greg Dobbs is struck out swinging and grounded to second base. Goes Saunders with a season high 9 strikeouts in this one. He has walked 1 and allowed 1 infield single to this point, leading 3-0. But weird things have happened to the Salt Lake franchise in this ballpark over the years. And Tacoma's won 15 of the last 20 meetings here. Pitch on the way is a breaking ball, a little bit low, ball 1. So still 9 outs to get here. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and ripped up the alley in right center field. Gorno going back. He reaches up at the edge of the track and makes the catch. Boy, Nick got a great jump on that one. Breaking immediately on contact back into his right. And at the warning track at the 350 sign, was able to run it down for the first out. So Gorno taking extra bases away from Dobbs, and that'll bring up Mike Morse, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out his last time up. Time now for a look ahead at what's on the road for the Salt Lake Bees. Brought to you by Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on. Big O Tires. There's a strike on the outside corner at the knees, and the count's 0-1. 3 more games here in Tacoma. 7:05 tomorrow, 2:35 on Saturday and Sunday. The 0-1 pitch is down low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Then the Bees are at home for 8 straight days, 4 with Las Vegas and 4 with Tacoma, before hitting the road again and going to the Midwest to Omaha and Iowa. Here's a swing and a fly ball, right center field, coming in and over for Gorno, and he'll put it away for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for the Rainiers, and that'll bring up Adam Jones, who's grounded out and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst is throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. So 2 out, nobody on. Outfield backing around towards left. Saunders' first pitch to Jones, and it's a breaking ball low and inside as he has to skip rope to get out of the way. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jones delivers. Swing and a foul at home plate. That evens the count at 1-1. Jones comes into this game having hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games and hitting .350 during that stretch. Jones, like Tommy Murphy, originally drafted as a shortstop but converted it to an outfield position. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 9 strikeouts by Saunders at this point, already a season high for a Bees pitcher. Jared Weavers had the previous best with 8 at Tucson. There's a swing and a line drive, right center field. Gorno there again, and he makes all 3 putouts to retire the side. 1-2-3 across as we head to the 8th. It's the Bees 3, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Dreaming of owning your own home? Cypress Credit Union would like to make your dream a reality with fantastic rates on low-fee construction and mortgage loans. Visit cypresscu.com or speak to a mortgage specialist at 260-7600. We'll help you determine your home buying power and the loan that best fits your needs. Mention this ad and we'll waive the $175 processing fee when you get your mortgage.
Cypress Credit Union. Your future is our future.
Equal housing lender.
All right, we head to the 8th inning, 3-0 the score in favor of the Bees. Aaron Looper, the third pitcher employed by manager Dave Brundage on the mound for Tacoma to face Mike Napoli, Kendry Morales, and Brian Speck, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, and Brian Harper's batting order. Looks like Joe Saunders' night might be over with as Jonathan Rauenhorst continues to loosen up in the Salt Lake bullpen. Mike Napoli's had a tough night at the plate, 0 for 3, all strikeouts, 1 looking, 2 swinging. Pitch on the way, waved at and missed. A breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Mike Napoli trying to get something going here in the 8th to pad a 3-0 lead. There's a pitch down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Looper ready. The 0-2. Swinging a ground foul over towards the Bees dugout at third. And the count holding at 0-2. Just a reminder that a week from tomorrow it's Cinco de Mayo. And there's a big fireworks show to celebrate after the Bees game against Tacoma. Note the special 6 p.m. start time. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball outside, 1-2. It's the second of 6 big fireworks shows this year. So make plans to bring the family on Friday, May 5th. See the Bees And Tacoma and Fireworks. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out. First strikeout for Looper, and that is the 12th for Tacoma pitching in the ball game. So one away. That'll bring up Kendry Morales, who struck out swinging his first time up. Since then, he has walked twice. The second walk coming in front of the Curtis Pride 2-run homer. So one out, nobody on base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. No balls, one strike. Now Looper from the stretch ready in the 0-1. Kendry takes low and away from the left-handed batter, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Looper's set. The pitch. Tried to check his swing on a breaking ball low and inside. 1-2. Bartolo Colon is eligible to come off the disabled list for the Angels on Monday, but it doesn't look like he'll come off as he's not ready yet. Be interesting to see if Kevin Gregg comes back when he's healthy. I don't think he will. It'll be somebody else. Here's a liner caught by the shortstop Cabrera. On the 1-2 pitch, Morales tried to take one back through the middle, but Cabrera, with a quick couple of steps to his left, made the belt high grab of the line drive off the bat of Morales, and there's 2 out. Brings up Brian Specht, who's 0 for 2. Interesting to see what the Angels do when Colon is ready. Kevin Gregg has made 2 appearances and given up just 1 run in 7 innings for the Angels, including a win. There's a fastball in for a strike, and the count on Brian is 0-1. If you look at the stats, maybe Esteban Yan, who has struggled, giving up 7 runs on 10 hits in 8 innings so far with 7 walks. Pitch is low for a ball. That evens the count on Specht at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count on Specht. Looper ready, the pitch. Fastball outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Great effort yesterday by John Lackey, 8 innings of 1-hit ball, and the Angels win over the Tigers. 2-1 to Specht is looped in the air towards left. Morse drifting towards the line is there, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Bees are up and down in order in their half of the 8th, and after 7 1/2, it's the Bees 3, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katie Rodan. Dr. Kathy Fields and I created Proactive Solution because acne is the #1 problem we see in our practices. As dermatologists, we treat acne as a physical condition, but what really affected us was seeing the emotional toll acne takes. So maybe you're the one with the breakouts. You shy away from social situations, you avoid being photographed, or you won't leave the house without makeup. So what's preventing you from trying Proactive? My guess is that you're afraid. You're afraid that it just won't work, afraid to get your hopes up, only to be disappointed. This time you don't have to worry. We are so confident that Proactive will work for you that I'm offering you a 60-day risk-free trial of Proactive Solution.
To get your risk-free 60-day trial of Proactive Solution, just call 1-800-508-0422 and you'll become a believer. Just call 1-800-508-0422. 1-800-508-0422. Call now.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Bees Baseball. Just like the Salt Lake Bees, SOS is Utah's hometown team. Based in Salt Lake City for over 32 years, SOS has 27 strategically placed Utah offices to draft Utah's top talent. SOS specializes in direct placement, temp to hire, and temporary employment in fields such as administrative, technical, production assembly, labor, and many more. So the next time your business needs a pinch hitter or a top draft pick, call SOS Staffing Services.
Left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst comes on to pitch now for the Bees for the 10th time this year. In 11 2/3 innings, he's given up 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He has struck out 8 and walked 6. He's hit a batter, no wild pitches, and 1 home run allowed. Rowan Horse 1-1 with one save and a 4.63 earned run average. The PCL batting .256 against Rowan Horse, who is not allowed to run in his last 4 appearances. Totaling 5 innings, he's given up 2 hits and no runs during that stretch, with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. First batter he'll face is Hunter Brown, who's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances, one of only 2 base runners allowed by Joe Saunders. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball in at the letters, a strike, 0-1. Saunders, 7 stellar innings, 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 9 and walked 1. Rowan Horse, the late kick and pitch, low and inside, a ball 1-1. Saunders now has 2 lifetime starts against Tacoma, and he has given up just 5 hits, no runs in 15 innings of work. Now the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, speared by Rowan Horse. He'll run it halfway to first and then make the underhand toss for the out. That ball was sharply hit, but Jonathan able to get to that ball down around his ankle. So Hunter Brown retired, and there's 1 away here in the 8th. That'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera. He has been up twice, and he has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. In the North Division games, Portland leading Fresno 3-0. Portland in 3rd place, 3 games back at the start of the day. Here's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Cabrera aboard with a 1-out single. That ball looked like it was down around his ankles, and he hit a 3-iron out into center field. Second hit of the ball game for Tacoma. That'll bring up Rob Johnson, who's also been up twice and has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. The other team in the North Division, Colorado Springs, is trailing at Las Vegas 1-0 in the 4th. Sky Sox go into the game having lost 4 in a row. That after having been swept by Tucson, there's a pitch high for a ball, 1-0. The count on Rob Johnson. Prior to this season, had never played above A ball. Now is at AAA as right-hander Greg Jones starts to loosen up in the Salt Lake bullpen. Infield, double play depth behind Rowan Horse. The pitch. Swung on and foul. Back into the right of home plate over the roof, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. The only other game still in progress, Sacramento leads at Tucson 3-0. The rest of the games are in the books. Omaha over Round Rock 10-1. Memphis edged Iowa 3-2 for just their second road win in 13 tries. The 1-1 pitch, low and inside with a breaking ball. 2-1 the count on Johnson. Rowan Horse last worked on Monday when he picked up the save, getting the final out against Portland on the 24th. 2 balls, 1 strike. And now Rowan Horse pitch. Lined into left center field. Coming on, Murphy is there, and he'll make the shoulder high catch for the out. Boy, when that ball left Johnson's bat, it looked like it was going to be a base hit, but it just hung up there and carried out to Tommy Murphy. So 2 outs. Cabrera is still at first for Scott Youngbauer, who has grounded out twice. Once to third and again to second base. So 2 outs and a runner at first base. Infield now back. The outfield deep. Rowan Horse ready. From the stretch, his first pitch to Youngbauer. He bunts, but bunts sharply back to the mound. Rowan Horse has it. The throw to first, and that'll do it for the Rainiers in the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the 9th. It's the Bees 3 and Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
We're driving along with Safe Light Auto Glass technician Dave.
Hi there.
Dave, I'm reading in this glossy brochure here, a nice photo of you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
About Safe Light's unbreakable service guarantee.
Yep, we're so confident with our service that if there's ever a problem, we'll go wherever you are and make it right.
Anywhere?
Safe Light's guarantee goes with you, everywhere.
How about a home in Vegas?
You bet.
An office in Toledo?
Yep.
Hollywood?
Uh-huh.
Hollywood, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Anchorage.
We guarantee it across America. No other auto glass company could say that.
How about Mars? Will Safelite go to Mars, Dave?
Actually, we'll be glad to. Are you talking Mars, Pennsylvania, or Mars, Iowa, or Mars Hill, North Carolina?
You sure know your stuff, Dave.
To fix your auto glass, call Safelite at 1-800-800-ASAP. 1-800-800-ASAP. Or go to safelite.com. That's SAFELITE.com to get a free instant quote and to schedule online. We're obsessed with auto glass.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. Siegfried & Jensen is a proud sponsor of virtually all of Utah's professional teams: the Jazz, the Bees, the Blaze, the Grizzlies, and Real Soccer. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you've been injured in an accident. To help ensure victory if you've been injured, you need a winning legal team on your side. Call us at Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
All right, we go to the ninth inning. 3-0 in favor of the Bees. It'll be Curtis Pride, Adam Paskovich, and Eric Ibar to face Aaron Lupert, who's retired all 4 batters he's faced. Curtis Pride providing the Bees some breathing room with his opposite field 2-run home run in the 6th after striking out in his first 2 plate appearances. For Curtis, as I mentioned, his first home run of the year, home run number 135 in his minor league career. So Curtis Pride to face Aaron Lupert. First pitch on the way, and Pride takes a breaking ball inside. Ball 1 to the left-hand batter. Greg Jones is throwing in the Bees bullpen, looking to try to close things out in the 9th inning. 1 ball to count. Now Looper ready, the pitch. Pride swings, and it's a 2-hopper in back of first. Down to the shoulder high bounce. The underhand lead toss to Looper, and Pride is retired for out number 1. That'll bring up Adam Paskovich, who has singled, walked, and flied out to the left fielder Mike Morris into foul territory. Don't forget, all kids 14 and under can stop by the Larry H. Miller Chevrolet location at 5650 South State Street in Murray and enter to win a chance to be the honorary bat kid at a Bees home game. Larry H. Miller Chevrolet. After all, you know this guy. 1 out here in the 9th. Adam Paskovich standing in. Looper's pitch. Fastball strike, and it's 0-1. Interesting, Dustin Mosley during the offseason made a change in his delivery, and as a right-hander pitches from the far third base side of the pitching rubber. Well, Looper is right-handed as well, but he pitches from the far first base end of the pitching rubber. The 0-1, but he stops his delivery as the ball had gotten away from the Bees bullpen along the left field line here in Tacoma. 3-0 Salt Lake. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Now Looper ready. The 0-1. Paskovich takes a strike, and it's an ease, 0-2. Top of the order will be due up for Tacoma when we head to the bottom of the 9th. Shin-Soo Choo, T.J. Bond, and Greg Dobbs, the scheduled hitters. For manager Dave Brundage. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball past the mound by second base and into center field. Adam Paskovich aboard with a 1-out single, his second hit of the ball game. So 1 on, 1 out for Eric Ibar, who's 1 for 4. Single to right field. His last time up, but eventually was thrown out trying to steal. The base hit for Paskovich, hit number 7 in the ball game for the Bees. Hunter Brown in close at third. Looper ready. The pitch. Ibar takes a changeup outside. Ball 1. The single by Paskovich stops a run of 5 batters in a row retired by Looper. 1 ball to count on Eric. Looper ready. The pitch. Swing at a fastball to foul. Back to the screen. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Brown in at third. Al Looper ready. Will throw to first base, and Patkovich dives back in safely. Had him thrown out trying to steal. It wasn't even close in the third inning of this game, so he's 0 for 2 in that department this year. Middle infielders are at double play depth, although it's tough to turn to on Ibar, who runs so well. Al Looper ready. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball off the bag and down the right field line, a fair ball. Here comes Patkovich to third. He's being held up there as the throw comes in. It'll be a double for Ibar, and runners are at second and third with 1 out. The first baseman Downs made a diving attempt at that ball, but it looked like it skipped off the glove in the bag and went down the right field line. So Ibar with his third double of the year, and the Bees looking to pad a 3-run lead, have runners at second and third with 1 out. So that'll draw the infield in for Tommy Murphy, who's 2 for 3. Fly to center field his last time up. So Murphy at the plate. Chance to add to his total. He has 8 runs batted in this week, but he's not going to be given the chance. He's going to be intentionally walked. Depending on what happens the rest of this weekend, Murphy could very well be in position for the batter of the week honors, especially with that 7 RBI game on Tuesday. He also drove in a run on Monday against the Beavers, and he's 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of intentional walks. So the bases will be loaded for Nick Gourneau. For Gourneau, he's 0 for 1 batting with the bases full this year. So the runner at third is Patkovich. Ibar at second, Murphy at first. With 1 out, a chance for Gourneau to break this one open. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Infield, double play, depth up the middle. Hunter Brown, even with the bag, maybe a step or 2 behind at third. 1 ball, the count on Gourneau. Looper from the stretch, the pitch. Swinging a roller foul at the third base side, 1-1 the count. This one inning is in Looper's hands as there is no one throwing in the Tacoma bullpen right now. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Gourneau, the league leader in runs batted in last year with 108. The 1-1 pitch. Gourneau, broken back grounder up the middle. Backhanded by Youngbauer. Throws to second for 1, over to first for 2. Boy, pieces of the bat all over the place, and it ends up in being an inning-ending double play. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Bees 3, Tacoma nothing on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Guys, hi, I'm Ian Fitzsimmons here from Mark Raymond Salon and Spa, and I'm here to give you a little bit of advice. Avoid the anxiety you're going to have right before Mother's Day because you haven't done anything for the mother of your children, and call Mark Raymond Salon and Spa, 435-647-0500. That's 435-647-0500, and do something different for your wife, mother of your child, or your mom. Send her out of the valley to one of the best resort spas you're ever going to find, and you're going to do it for less money than you would by keeping her in the valley. Be different, and she's going to brag about you. And they offer everything you can imagine, from stuff like the ski in, ski out package, to the Chateau Glow, or the soothing hot stone massages, pedicures, exfoliating bliss. Everything you can imagine can be had at Mark Raymond Salon and Spa. Be different. Send the mother of your children away from the valley and up to the resorts, and she's going to brag about you like no other. Mark Raymond Salon and Spa. Do yourself a favor. Avoid the anxiety. Call today, 435-647-0500. Trust me, you're going to thank me.
Salt Lake City Credit Union is a guaranteed home run with personalized service and the best rates in town. Salt Lake City Credit Union offers a full menu of financial services, including business services and SBA loans, mortgages, free checking and debit cards, auto loans, and online banking. With 7 locations throughout the valley, they're big enough to provide you with everything you need from a financial institution, and they're small enough to give you the friendly, individualized service you deserve. You owe it to yourself to have an account at Salt Lake City Credit Union, above and beyond every day.
Eligibility and membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
The same situation for Greg Jones. He has struggled in these this year. He's just 2 out of 5 in save opportunities. Trying to protect a 3-0 lead here. He'll face Sin Choo Choo, T.J. Bond, and Greg Dobbs. The first pitch is in at the knees. A strike 0-1 for Greg overall. This will be his 9th appearance. In 9 innings, he's given up 11 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He has struck out 9 and walked 4. Jones is 1-2 with an ERA of 7 with 2 saves. PCL batting .297 against right-hander Greg Jones. The 0-1 pitch to Choo. Swing and a miss. And a slider and a strike 0-2. Jonathan Rauenhorst went a scoreless inning, gave up 1 hit in the 8th. 3-0 D's here in the 9th. 0-2 the count on Choo as Jones deals. Swing and a miss and a slider. He struck him out, and there's 1 down here in the 9th. Brings up T.J. Bond, who's 0 for 3. The Bees with Curtis Pride in left, Tommy Murphy in center, and Nick Gorneau in right. Dallas McPherson at third. Eric Ibar at short, Brian Specht at second, and Kendry Morales at first. A battery of Greg Jones pitching, and Mike Napoli catching. That is the 10th strikeout for Bees pitching in the ball game. 1 shy of their season high. The 3 runs ties for the lowest run output by Salt Lake in a game this year. First pitch on the way, and Bond takes a fastball high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. In case there's any trouble, Nate Bland, the left-hander, throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. The 1-0 pitch is downstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Bond. Jones last year, 3 outings, 1 save against Tacoma, but an ERA of 6. The 2-0 pitch, that misses outside at the knees, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Again, the meat of the order for Tacoma coming up. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch, strike at the knees, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Bond, with Greg Dobbs to follow. Jones ready, the 3-1 pitch. Strike, a fastball in at the knees, and the count's gone from 3-0 to 3-2. Fans not particularly enthralled with the call, and I don't think Bond is either. 3-2 the count. Outfield, deep and around towards left for Bond. Time called just before Jones can come set. Now Greg stares in at Napoli for the sign. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and lifted foul. First base side, over the roof and out of play. So we'll do it again at 3-2. He's trying to up their lead in the division to a game and a half with a win here. Now Jones ready, and again the 3-2 payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Ibar's got it and dropped it and does not have a play. That'll be an error on Eric Ibar, and that leaves the door open for the Rainiers with a runner at first base and 1 out. For Ibar, his 7th error of the year. Ball was sharply hit. I think that fooled him a bit. That ball was hit maybe harder than he thought it was. So now a runner at first, 1 out for Greg Dobbs. 0 for 3, flied out to right his last time up. Dobbs last year got off to a slow start with the Mariners, was sent down to Tacoma, was recalled, and in September he had a 10-game hitting streak for the Mariners. But he starts this year at AAA. Runner at first, 1 out, and Dobbs takes low, ball 1. So Jones fell behind Bond 3-0, fought back to 3-2, got the ground ball, but Eric Ibar lost the handle on it. Infield, double play depth. Jones ready, and the 1-0. Breaking ball low, ball 2, and of course it's only a 3-0 lead, so if the Rainiers get another batter on base, that would bring the potential tying run to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Tom's a left-handed batter out of the University of Oklahoma. Jones ready. The 2-0 delivery. That breaks down low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Well, you can't give any team, let alone a good team like this, 4 outs in an inning. The 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. And that brings the potential tying run to the plate. Just the second walk issued by Bees pitching in the ball game. And that'll bring up Mike Morse, the left fielder who has popped to third, grounded out, and fly to right field. So here is Morse with Adam Jones to follow. The pitch on the way, and there's a strike down the middle, 0-1. Boy, the error certainly changes the face of this game and this inning. Morse at the plate. The pitch swung on and deep to right field. Gorno going back at the wall. He makes the catch. Back to second goes Bond. Dobbs defers as Morse crushed that ball the other way, but it died in the heavy air here. And Gorno was able to make the catch right in front of the barrier. Wow. So now 2 outs in the 9th, and here's Adam Jones, who is grounded out, struck out, and flied out in his 3 plate appearances. Well, that ball was raked the other way. But Gorno, who was playing back to begin with, able to get to the wall and make that catch. So Mike Napoli out to give Greg Jones a pat on the back as Adam Jones comes to the plate. It's Jones versus Jones here. Greg versus Adam. 2 outs. 3-0 Bees here in the bottom of the 9th. Runners at first and second base. Greg Jones' first pitch. And it's down low, ball 1. Another big bat, and Hunter Brown is due next. Greg Jones does not want it to get that far. 1 ball, no strikes. Jones ready, and the 1-0. Strike, a fastball in the outside corner above the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out here in the 9th inning. Greg Jones trying to notch his 3rd save of the season here. Now Greg ready, and the 1-1 pitch. Adam Jones taps one to the left side. The third baseman McPherson has it. Throws to first in time to end the ball game. And the Bees pitching staff has now authored their league-leading 3rd shutout of the year. As Adam Jones hit a slow bouncer to the left side, Dallas McPherson cutting across, cutting in front of Ibar to make the play on the run, and the Bees hold on for the shutout win here in Tacoma. In the 9th inning for the Rainiers, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men were left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with a final score. The Salt Lake Bees 3 and the Tacoma Rainiers nothing. We'll be back with the 10th inning show coming up next on ESPN 1230.
The game is over and the fans are headed home. Stay tuned. The 10th inning show is coming up next. You've been listening to Salt Lake Bees Baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.
Free FreeHomeSearchUtah.com. It's a great way to have your home find you, rather than have you find your home. If you're tired of flipping through ads looking for homes, why not go to FreeHomeSearchUtah.com, and we'll send you fresh homes that have just been listed. It's a brand new service. We take the work out of finding the right home for your family. Just tell us what you're looking for, and we'll send you fresh homes to your email automatically every day. It's free, it's easy, and it will save you time. Log on today for details. FreeHomeSearchUtah.com. FreeHomeSearchUtah.com. It's a great way to see what your home might be worth. Just tell us about your home, and we'll send you homes that have recently been listed or sold in your area for free. It's a new service that takes the work out of finding out what homes have sold for. If you're curious about your home value, just log on to our new service. It's free, it's easy, and it will save you time. Fresh homes sent to you daily for free. Log on to FreeHomeSearchUtah.com for details.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind: to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Welcome to the 10th Inning Show, a complete recap of today's game, as well as a look at other games around the major leagues and the Pacific Coast League. Once again, let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Salt Lake Bees, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, where the Bees shut out the Rainiers by a score of 3-0. And for the Bees pitching staff, as we mentioned, their their third shutout of the year. Joe Saunders, 7 scoreless and 1 scoreless inning each for Jonathan Rauenhorst and Greg Jones. As the Bees win it, here are the final totals for Salt Lake: 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and they left 9 runners on base. For the Rainiers, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they left 5 runners on base. The winning pitcher, Joe Saunders, now 2-1 on the year. The losing pitcher, Francisco Cruchetta, he's now 1-1. Greg Jones with his 3rd save of the season. The paid attendance, 3,916 here on this beautiful night. Don't have a time of game on this one, but we'll get it, I'm sure, before the evening is out, probably about 2:45 or so. As the Bees come away with the win here, they're now 13-7 on the year, a season best, 6 games above the 500 mark, while the Rainiers drop to 11-8. The Bees now with a 1.5-game lead over Tacoma in the Pacific North. They got their first run on a bases-loaded wild pitch that scored Eric Ibar from third. And then in the 6th inning, they got some breathing room, courtesy of an opposite field 2-out, 2-run home run by Curtis Pride, and the Bees win it by a score of 3-0. Things got a little dicey in the 9th inning, but Greg Jones, after the error by Ibar and then the walk, got Mike Morris on a hard fly ball to deep right that Nick Gourneau caught at the wall, and then a slow bouncer by Adam Jones to the third baseman, Dallas McPherson, wrapped things up on this Thursday night. So the Bees win it by a score of 3-0, despite striking out 12 times in this game. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other scores around baseball on our final check of the average scoreboard next on ESPN 1230.
On occasion, we all have to deal with the government.
Your wait time is 83 minutes.
But you don't have to rely on them for your business's workers' comp insurance. Thankfully, there's American Liberty Insurance, Utah's workers' compensation specialist. American Liberty specializes in saving Utah-based businesses time and money, and they can help you too, while giving you the personal attention you deserve. Call American Liberty today at 568-1800 for free one-on-one instruction on how your business can save time and money on workers' compensation insurance. That's 568-1800, or log on to utahcomp.com. You don't have to waste your day on this.
Your wait time is 100 minutes.
Call American Liberty today and save time and money on your business's workers' comp insurance. Call 568-1800. That's 568-1800 for a free consultation, or log on to utahcomp.com. That's www.utahcomp.com.
Safe Light Auto Glass brings you Jazz Talk Monday through Friday on 1320 KFan. More people trust Safe Light to repair or replace their auto glass than any other company. Call Safe Light at 1-800-800-ASAP or go to safelight.com to get a free instant quote and to schedule an appointment online. Remember, you can catch Utah's #1 sports show on 1320 KFan Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. It's Jazz Talk, brought to you by Safe Light Auto Glass.
It's Papa John's biggest introduction ever. The new Kong-size specialty pizza. 30% bigger than our original large pizza. With Kong-size slices of pepperoni and Italian sausage. Right now, get Papa John's new Kong-size specialty pizza for just $12.99. And get a $3 coupon for the King Kong DVD. Call now or order online at papajohns.com and we'll deliver. Limited delivery area charges may apply. Papa John's Kong-size specialty pizza for only $12.99. And King Kong on the DVD today. Rated PG-13.
All right, welcome back to Tacoma, Washington, where the Bees were victorious tonight by a final score of 3-0. Time now for one last look at tonight's Abra scoreboard. And first of all, in the Pacific Coast League, Nashville ran a 5-run fourth inning and carried it to a 6-3 win over the New Orleans Zephyrs down at Zephyr Field today. Former Kearns knuckleballer Jared Fernandez picks up his second save of the season for the Sounds. At Oklahoma, Albuquerque scores 2 runs in the ninth to defeat the Redhawks 2-0. Memphis picked up just their second road win in 13 tries, winning at Iowa 3-2. At Omaha, the Royals ripped Round Rock by a score of 10-1. Elsewhere, games in progress in the ninth at Tucson. Sacramento leads the Sidewinders 3-0. In the sixth inning at Las Vegas, the 51s are up on Colorado Springs 1-0. And yet another shutout brewing in the fifth inning at Portland. The Beavers lead Fresno 4-0. In the major leagues, all the action, the limited action there was, has been completed. In the American League, Cleveland crushed Boston 15-3. Paul Byrd, the former Angel, gets the win. He's 3-2. Josh Beckett takes his first loss for the Red Sox and drops to 3-1. 2 home runs for Cleveland's Ben Broussard, 1 for Victor Martinez. In the American League also, the Yankees top Tampa Bay 4-1. Sean Chacon the winner, 3-1. Mark Hendrickson the loser, 1-1. Mariano Rivera with his third save. At Toronto, the Orioles hung on to defeat the Blue Jays 7-5. Chris Benson gets his third win of the year against 2 losses for the Orioles. And at Kansas City, Johan Santana gets his first win of the year as Minnesota thumps the Royals 7-3. Former Buzz left-hander Mark Redmond takes the loss for Kansas City. He's 0-1. Michael Kadire hit his third home run of the year for Minnesota. Angel Baroa, his first of the year for Kansas City. In the National League, the Cardinals topped Washington 6-2 as Sidney Ponson goes to 3-0 for the Cardinals. Jim Edmonds with his 4th home run. And Colorado doubled up Philadelphia 6-3. Aaron Cook the winner, 2-2. Ryan Franklin, a former Tacoma Rainier, the loser, 1-2. And Brian Fuentes picked up his 4th save. A couple of former Colorado Springs Sky Sox players, Brad Hopp and Garrett Atkins, homered for the Rockies. And in the NBA playoffs in the Eastern Conference, Chicago defeated Miami 109-90 to trail the Heat now 2-1 in that series, while Indiana takes a 2-1 lead on New Jersey with a 107-95 win over the Nets. And in the second quarter at Denver, the Nuggets, trying to avoid falling behind 3-0, lead the Clippers 42-41. That's with 1:22 to play in the first half. And that is your Abra scoreboard on the night. Back with one of the scoring highlights from tonight's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
For more than 25 years, there's been a guy you've trusted, a guy you've known, Larry H. Miller. Since 1979, when Larry H. Miller opened his first automotive dealership, he's had one primary goal in mind, to make our communities grow stronger and better by offering the very best in quality, service, selection, and price. And since that day, nearly 3 decades ago, you've been there to help the Larry H. Miller dealerships become one of the largest and most respected dealership groups in the entire country. And for that, we say thank you. Today, you can choose to shop at more than a dozen of our automotive dealerships along the Wasatch Front, almost all of which feature dealership service centers on site. We also have 3 state-of-the-art collision repair facilities to serve you. We know that we could not continue to grow our business without yours. So when it comes to your next car, there's a guy you know who cares about values, honor, integrity, and trust. Larry H. Miller. After all, you know this guy.
Sir, can you hear me?
Imagine you've just been in a traffic accident.
Sir, can you hear me?
And right now, the pressure of the steering wheel against your chest is preventing you from answering this question, while your smashed door is preventing the emergency crew from providing you with the help you're very much in need of.
Okay, sir, we're going to get some equipment in here and get you out of there just as quickly as possible. We need those over here right away.
Imagine the feeling of knowing this happened because you were driving dangerously, driving when you maybe shouldn't have, or allowing yourself to be distracted. Imagine hoping you'll wake up from this nightmare, but not being able to. Imagine the flashing lights and the smell of gasoline.
Sir, can you squeeze my hand?
Now, imagine why they're not bothering to ask these questions to anyone else who was in your car. Consider this a reminder. No one understands the importance of driving safely like someone who didn't. 0 fatalities. It's a goal we can all live with.
Welcome back to Tacoma, where the Bees were winners tonight by a score of 3-0. This is how it developed. Neither team were able to put up much of an offense until the 5th inning when the Bees got a gift run with 1 out. Adam Patkovich walked. He was forced out at second base on a grounder by Eric Ibar, who then stole second base. Tommy Murphy was intentionally walked. And when runners at first and second base, there was a pickoff throw to first base. Murphy got back safely, and on the throw to first, Eric Ibar took third, but then Nick Gorneau walked. And while Dallas McPherson was at the plate, Francisco Crucetta threw a wild pitch back to the screen that allowed Eric Ibar to score and make it a 1-0 ball game. New pitcher Rene Cortez came on in the 6th with 1 out. He issued a walk to Kendry Morales, and with 2 outs, Curtis Pride was at the plate. And the 0-1. Pride swings, and it's a high fly ball. Left field. Morse going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Curtis Pride to the opposite field and left. And the Bees now have a 3-0 lead. So 3-0 at that point, and that was all she wrote as far as the scoring is concerned. The Bees had a chance to break it open in the 9th, loading the bases with 1 out, but Nick Gorneau grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. The Rainiers threatened in the 9th after a 1-out error and a walk put 2 men on base. Mike Morris then drove one to the wall and right that Nick Gorneau made a fine play on, and then Adam Jones tapped out to the third baseman McPherson to end the ball game. And the Bees claim Game 1 of their series here in Tacoma. Game 2 comes your way tomorrow night, and we'll preview it for you after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
So are you looking for a high school letter jacket? Because the place to go is Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. And during the entire month of April, you'll save yourself 10%. You'll find the best letter jackets in Utah at Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. These jackets are fully quilted and insulated. They have leather sleeves and a wool body. Trust me, these jackets can be worn for years without looking old and worn. And they come in all colors. You'll also find many different styles to choose from, too. Karen Pullman's will give you your recognition pins for free with any jacket purchase. Look, you've worked hard to get your letter jacket, so why not show it off? Get the best letter jacket available at the same price as the cheaper imitations.
Now through April 30th, you'll save 10% on letter jackets at Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center. Karen Pullman's Pro Shop Bowling Center, 7984 South, 1300 East. Also, summer, adult, youth, senior, and ladies leagues are now forming. Call 233-1101 for details. Karen Pullman's Pro Shop and Bowling Center.
Attention Utah business owners. Not sure what directory to advertise in? Do they all seem the same? Phone Directories Company has the solution. From Salt Lake to St. George, we cover Utah with 15 great directories, all designed with Utah communities in mind. Our memorable covers and unique features make them the directories of choice for your customers. With affordable pricing and local sales representatives, advertising has never been easier. Let us make the difference in your business. PDC, Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. To advertise, call 1-800-228-0801.
You already know that R.C. Willey is the place to shop for quality home furnishings, but you may not know that R.C. Willey also works hard to provide solutions for you in your home. With same-day delivery, there's no need to wait. R.C. Willey's professional sales associates will answer your questions and help you find exactly what you need. In-store financing means you deal directly with us. By providing an incredible selection of merchandise, it's easy to find your individual taste and style. Find your solutions today at R.C. Willey. One place, so many possibilities.
Welcome back to Tacoma, where the Bees now win game 1 of this series, and they've taken 4 out of 5 on the road trip, so they've guaranteed themselves a 500 trip, but they certainly are looking for more after winning this one here tonight and opening up a 1.5 game lead in the Pacific North Division. Tomorrow night, it once again will be a 7:05 first pitch Mountain Time. We'll be on the air at 6:45 with the on-deck circle. Right-hander Steven Schill makes his first career AAA start for the Bees against veteran right-hander Kevin Apier for the Tacoma Rainiers. So we hope you'll join us for the broadcast. Our thanks to the guys back in the studio tonight, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 41 minutes, and in front of 3,916, the final score, the Salt Lake Bees 3 and the Tacoma Rainiers nothing. I'm Steve Klowski saying good night and so long from Tacoma.
This has been the 10th Inning Show. Make sure to be with us next time for Salt Lake Bees baseball on your home for the Salt Lake Bees. ESPN 1230 AM.